Welcome, everyone. We have actor Van Quattro. Blow your brains out.
We're just gonna fill you in. I say dope a lot, and a lot of the times it's very intentional. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope, 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 dope. That's dope. He's a pretty dope dude. 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 Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Dope, 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 dope. That's dope, dope, pretty dope, 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 pretty dope, dope. Pretty dope, 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 pretty dope, 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 that's dope, 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 that's facts.
I have always believed the road to excess leads to the palace of wisdom. I gotta bend all the way over here.
Please make your voice be heard.
Leaving society to move out to the country and smoke crystal meth with rednecks.
Maybe you have a differing opinion than us. Maybe we're completely wrong and you are the one lone person in the world that is right.
That's why you're here tonight. Eventually, me and Dave Jarvis are going to Hollywood.
But guess what? Some of us are actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, but most of us suck.
Fine, upstanding young man. Fine, upstanding young man.
Smoke weed.
Blow your brains out.
The road to excess leads to what?
The palace of wisdom.
How else are you going to know unless you go there, right?
That's right. Blow your brains out. Every Wednesday, you can participate in the program in the chats. If you have questions for Van Quattro, if you have watched any of his many movies, he's a fine actor, which would be The Fight Club.
Bullshit.
Johnny TV. That's Johnny and PZ in a spat. Anyway, you can participate tonight in the chat. I want to say hi to Haley Ryan. Want to say hi to Stiffy. Want to say hi to Ron Tello. If you guys have a question for our special guest interview, Van Quattro tonight, just ask in the chat, and that's how you can participate in the program. All right, everybody, say hello to our special guest interview tonight, Van Quattro.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much for being here, Van.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. We got to know each other over the movie Hellhound. I've got a promotional commercial that will play for that here in just a few minutes, so everybody can kind of get a feel for some of your acting. And you have been a real friend to us here at Blow Your Brains Out. Thank you so much, Van.
You're welcome.
We were just talking about it last night, David and Ariel and me, about one, how you came out to our concert at Diamond Gems the other Saturday. That was very cool of you to come out, you and your girlfriend. But also how you befriended us on Facebook. Thank you so much for sharing our post and liking our post and just being one of the gang.
Yeah, man. It's my pleasure. I'm glad to know you, really.
Very cool. Well, the feelings are mutual. All right. Well, let's start from the top. Ariel, David Jarvis, how y'all doing tonight?
Having a dope time.
Did you like that little video I put together?
Yes, that was so great. You could hear me yelling at my husband because he's in the back room. Yeah, babe.
Yeah, I did that so that I can run it as an ad on Facebook. I haven't done it yet because I've been busy as hell. But eventually, I've got to clean it up a little more. But I'm going to run that as a ad on Facebook for a few days to promote the Blow Your Brains Out podcast.
Well, I love it.
It's legit. David Jarvis, how you doing tonight?
You're going to turn on the train.
Well, I'm on my third headset now because this third one does not fit the tablet. So once again, I'm dealing with a 3-second delay. So I'm actually hearing the beginning of the sentence as I'm finishing the sentence, which is just unfortunate, and it's no way to run a business. But other than that, I'm really happy to be here. I'm really, really tipsy, and I'm ready to talk to Van Quattro.
Well, just being prepared, man. That's what it's all about. And you're trying your best with your headset and your audio. I'm out of suggestions. I don't have a clue. I wished I knew if I was a little more tech, but I'm not. Okay, also on our panel tonight with questions for Van Quattro, we have Eddie Lee of Iron Man. How are you, Eddie Lee?
I'm dope.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Super dope. Kind of choking to death, but otherwise okay.
And then Vane from Hef. I mean, Hef from Vane. Vane from Hef.
Vane from
How are
Hef.
you, buddy?
It works. What's up, guys?
Which one's pink?
All the above.
Good to have you. Hello, Johnny
Hey,
TV. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, brother?
Man, I'm just very excited about interviewing Van Quattro. I can't even tell you how much I enjoyed that movie Hellhound. How I was captivated by your acting there, Van, in the movie Hellhound. And then how we've kind of become friends over the last couple of months. It's really exciting to have you here tonight. So that's it, Johnny. I'm fucking pumped.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm glad I'm here too, and I'm glad I get to meet Van Quattro. Nice to meet you, Van Quattro.
Yeah, good to see you, Johnny.
And I'm happy to be here.
Johnny's
Like she's like Ariel says, I'm dope.
Van Johnny is joining us from California. The rest of us are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Oh, cool. What part of California?
Long Beach.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm a LA native.
Okay.
Yeah, I moved here to Dallas about 22 years ago.
Okay.
I grew up in LA all the way.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny's the
But a
other way
little
around.
but a little secret that everybody doesn't know. I'm originally from where Ricky Warden's from, Outlaw Video. I'm from Texas.
Yeah. How did you find yourself in Long Beach?
I came out here when I was on the circuit. I was on the circuit working with the carnival business, and I came out here to California.
Yeah. So that's
He's
a
a
good place to
carny,
be
so he
located.
went around the whole country and ended up in California.
Yeah, Long Beach is a crazy town. Do you like it in Long
Yeah,
Beach?
they just had an accident right here on Long Beach Boulevard. A train hit a car right now, so that's why there was some excitement out here at my house a while ago when Outlaw said, "Oh, that's just PZ and Johnny bickering."
Having a spat.
There was a train wreck. A train hit a car. So
Wow, crazy.
and right here in front of my house.
Really?
Only things you see in movies.
Or Long Beach?
Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Only in Long
It's-
Beach.
Did someone get a video of it?
No, we did not get a video of it.
Just observing, stopping by to say hello to everyone on my way to join a friend. And Ron Tello is here also. Hello, Ron Tello. Got his 3 up there in the chats. Ron Tello's from California also.
Cool.
So some of the people in the chats are around the country. Haley Ryan here. All right. Well,
So you were born in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah. The Glendale Valley, Glendale Burbank.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's
What was it like growing up there in the 60s and the early 70s?
It was pure rock and roll for me. As soon as I could get my butt into Hollywood, I was at the Whiskey, the Rainbow, the Roxy, all those clubs, down in there. Yeah, man. I mean, I just get over there into Hollywood as quickly as I can to go catch some shows. I was on the rock and roll scene.
Who were some of the standout concerts that you went to? Did you see like Grateful Dead or the Doors?
Well, they were. I remember seeing the Doors on the billboard on the marquee at the Whiskey, but I was like 14 at that time. And I couldn't get into the whiskey, even though, I mean, I was familiar with the music and everything. It was just pretty amazing for me to be able to actually see, you know, the Doors playing, Buffalo Springfield, stuff like that. Some of my first concerts at the Whiskey, I don't know, Iggy Pop.
Wow.
I used to go see him a lot. I catch the Talking Heads there. A little bit later in the early Elvis Costello, you know, catch Bowie, a lot of those guys around in that area, playing the small clubs. That was back when they were still playing, you know, the smaller venues.
So like early
New York Dolls.
70s.
We used to go see the New York Dolls at a little ballroom.
Oh wow!
You know,
Did you get to
hang out.
catch any early thrash metal out there in the early '80s? Like,
Metallica. I mean, I was way into rock and roll when I was.
Yeah,
you know,
that's awesome.
In my books, I kind of notate that rock and roll saved my life because, you know, I only heard the good stuff through music. The rest of my life was kind of rough. You know what I mean? So I latched on to music to sort of guide me.
I know exactly what you mean. Think we
It's
all
a healing session for sure.
Yeah, I was way into it. Got into a fight with Eddie Van Halen. Not Eddie, but who's the lead dude? David. Johan. No, what's his name? David
Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. At the Whiskey. A friend of mine was playing in a punk band, and they were opening for the David Lee Roth, them guys, and you know, we're fighting over dressing rooms and shit. So I got into a shoving match with him out in the hallway. Yeah, I was in the middle of everything, man.
That's a good story there. Not everybody can say
I tried to
that
pull
stuff.
him off stage at the Santa Monica Civic. I went to see a guy named Nils Lofgren at the Santa Monica Civic, and the Van Halen were opening for them, and so I was in the front row, and David Lee Roth recognized me from the fight that we'd had like 6 minutes earlier, and so he came over and he had this long hair and he was sweating and he was like throwing his sweat all over me, and I was trying to grab him off the stage, and he just back up and like, you know. Man, there wasn't much that I didn't want to get involved in.
Some diamond David Lee Roth sweat.
Yes, dude. Yeah, dude. And I was pissed too. I was like, "Don't you dare! Who do you think you are doing that to me?"
Did you ever get to see Quiet?
Were you happy with the?
No, I didn't. I didn't get to see Quite Right. Did they play that circuit?
I believe at one point when they had Randy Rhoads at one point.
Oh yeah. What was that? There was one more venue that was just up the street from the Whiskey, and it was considered more
Roxy.
It's just above the Roxy as well, but it went out of business.
Starwood.
Oh, dude, I
Rainbow
got my jaw broken at the Starwood.
By Nikki
For
Sixx.
trying to. I guess I was talking to the wrong girl. I got thrown out a couple of times, and I kept sneaking back in. Finally, they took me outside between two cars. Two guys held me, and the guy busted my jaw in half.
Damn.
Right there on the pavement.
Yeah, you were after their meat there. Okay, this is ours.
Yeah, man. It was.
That's brutal.
I'm trying to think of the name. It went out of business early on. I think it was 80s or 90s. It went out, but it had more of the. It had more metals. It had more of a metal sound up there. You know, there was like distinctive sort of personalities that these clubs had on the strip. I can't remember the name of it, but if, you know, I could certainly reference it at some point.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's what you enjoyed. That's awesome. I'm jealous.
Then what about Rainbow Bar and Grill?
I was always, well, I'd hang out there. Upstairs, there was a dance club, disco, if you will, but it was small. It was really small up there. And, you know, you'd run into anybody up there where you can get up there. But if
Did you ever have a Hollywood vampire sighting?
Who's that?
The Hollywood vampires, the John Lennon, Harry Nilsson, Alice Cooper.
When they used to hang out?
Yeah, would you ever catch them up there?
Yeah, man. And what was that?
Very cool.
It was on, this other club was on Santa Monica Boulevard. I saw Neil Young there. I saw Nils Lofgren there. Yeah, great stuff. I was always going to concerts.
The Whiskey? Is that the club? The Whiskey?
Whiskey
No,
Go.
it wasn't the Whiskey. It was on Santa Monica Boulevard. The Troubadour.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Troubadour. I actually met Neil Young there, and I spilled a drink on him.
You're just making
You
friends all over.
Hellraiser.
I was kind of singing along to, you know that album Tonight's the Night? Tonight's the Night. I was singing along to that.
Rod Stewart?
No. It's Neil Young.
Okay.
The Tonight's the Night album. He dedicated it to his band members that had overdosed on heroin. And it's a really raw album, really raw.
Yeah.
And he was in the audience, and I was singing it out loud because I knew he was in the back. And I was just a dumbass, you know. Apparently he was getting a kick out of it, but way to alienate one of your idols, right?
You got to enjoy yourself. Sounds like you're having a good time.
Yeah, I was.
That's Ricky most nights, so you know you're doing good.
You know, just always trying to mix it up, guys.
Love
Always.
you, Ricky.
Were you a fan of when metal started infiltrating the Strip?
Yeah, man. I was for all of it, everything that was going down. Yeah, a lot.
Let's see. Who would that have been? Like Guns N' Roses? Did you see Guns N' Roses?
No, I didn't, but I was usually outside of their shows because that's where you get the, you know, that's where you meet the people afterwards. You know.
Sure. Oh yeah, the party is in the
those things
parking
are pretty
lot.
tight to get into, and that was at a time when you know, things really kind of kicked up on the Strip again.
Yeah.
You know, because you know when the Doors and then Buffalo Springfield and these people were coming out in the late '60s, early '70s, it was still, you know, still like a hippie hangout kind of place, and it, you know, you could get a ticket. You could get a ticket to get in. I saw the Stones at the Hollywood Palladium in 1972 after Exile on Main Street came out. I was right up there in the front, man. Stevie Wonder opened for them. Yeah.
And that sounds like some good stuff.
It was fun. It was fun. I
So
that.
what verse in Home Sweet Home convinced you that you wanted to be an actor?
Well, I don't think I was ever convinced that I wanted to be an actor. This buddy I used to hang out with, his name was Whammy. He used to always say, man, you should be an actor because you're just sort of in the middle of everything. And I didn't have any background much. I didn't go to school, didn't have much of an education. So I just kind of hung out a lot. And then at one certain point, I went back to junior college after getting 3 forms of a high school diploma, you know, the GED, and then you do the other test, and then you do this test, and you do that test. So I ended up with like 4 diplomas a couple of years late, but I went back to college, and I remember walking by the theater arts building and looking at the people inside going, and I was remembering what my friend was telling me, you know, about you should be an actor. So I stopped in. And I said, how can I do this? And they cast me in a play like within a week. And it was all verse. I don't know if you know what verse is, but it's all rhyme.
Okay.
You know, and it when you're memorizing it, it doesn't really make sense. It's a hardcore memorization. You know, there's no through line through it, really, unless you get on board with the rhyming. And that was the first show I did. And I don't know what I was doing. I was having fun.
I feel like being an actor and being a
Do you
musician.
prefer the stage?
You know, I haven't done any stage. I haven't done stage in a couple of years, and I'm just getting back into it. I'm going to be doing Long Day's Journey into Night, which is Eugene O'Neill's 3.5-hour play about his dysfunctional family. So it's a heavy load. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't done theater in a couple of years, but I love both, because in film, man, you get a chance to cut, you get a chance to try something else, you get a chance to be enhanced by all sorts of effects around you, by your environment. it's a whole different deal. You know, but playing live, as you guys know, that's so special in its own way as well.
That's our theater.
Exactly. There's nothing can replace that immediate feedback. And knowing when you've got an audience, when they're watching, you know, and it just feeds on it. You feed on it, and you feed on it, and you feed on it.
100%.
Yeah, it's a different thing, but I do like them both. I do a lot. I really do.
So where
Were
did
you
your
offered
acting
these
go
bit
from
parts
there?
on TV?
Pardon?
Were you offered these parts on TV, or did you have to audition for all of them?
I had to audition. Everything was audition, and you'd go into a room live. You'd walk in, like I did a Picket Fences. I don't know if you remember that show, but that was back in the, I don't know, 90s or something like that. But it was opposite Don Cheadle and anyway, they won Emmys every year. And I remember walking into the room, and there's like 6 people sitting there. It's the producers, the director, and everybody. And you got these sides to read. And that was back before they wanted anything memorized, or they didn't put you on tape. You walked into the room, you were bought and sold in that room. Either they booked you there, or they just said no thanks. And I went in and I read for this character on Picket Fences. He's a prison escapee, and I end up shooting Don Cheadle to get him off of the show because he wanted out of that contract. So they had to find a way to get him off the show. So in a scene, I shoot him with a shotgun.
Kick ass.
And it kind of, I got a lot of buzz around me for that show. Yeah, there goes Don.
I never saw Picket Fences, but I do remember Alien Nation, which was a hot show. People don't remember Alien Nation in the early 90s was actually a really popular show.
Yeah, I remember.
So that's really cool that you were on there, man.
Dude, I was in makeup for 3 hours just to do a short little scene on that show. It was a blast. No, 3 hours. They did the whole skin. I mean, it was just like, the makeup took longer than the actual scene did.
How long did it take you to get the makeup off?
Oh, another couple of hours. It was all masking. I mean, there was a lot. It was really a lot of work. And everybody that was guest starring or on that show, if you were aliens, they had to have that makeup. Yeah. There was no getting around it. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun doing that show. I dug it. That goes way back. I'm old now.
State of mind.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say.
So yeah, you've done a lot of one-offs. I noticed you did Walker, Texas Ranger. What was that like?
Walker, it was fun. It was easy. There's a funny story behind that. When I was in LA, I'd come up and I'd read for guest stars for Walker almost 3 times a month. And guest stars when you're the featured for that episode. So in other words, you're the main adversary or something like that. And I'd read for these guest stars, and the producers in LA, they go, "Okay, man, this is it. We got you. We're putting you in this one." And I'd never book it. They'd have me back in. They'd say, "Well, they don't want you because of this, or you're too tall, and you're this, or you're that." Finally, when I moved to Texas, one of my first auditions was a Walker, Texas Ranger. It was a short scene, but I go in and I read for it, and then they booked me, and I thought, here I am in Texas, and I've read for probably 5 to 10 co-stars on this thing, where the producers in LA have said, "This is the one. This is the one. We're sending it over right away." And the point is you never know what happens once it gets into the room. You know what I mean? Where everybody's looking at it. And you got 5 or 6
shoot
people.
in Waxahachie?
What? How?
Did y'all shoot in Waxahachie?
No, we shot that episode in Dallas. In Dallas. I was thinking of this thing, Prison Break, I did. There was a prison in Dallas that we shot that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. An abandoned prison. That's one thing about acting, guys. You get to go to some awesome locations. Really
Who would have known
awesome.
there was an abandoned prison in Dallas somewhere?
Yeah, who would have known? Yeah, I don't know.
What's
Do
the
you remember
catering
the
like on
vicinity?
some
Was
of
it
these projects?
underground?
Dave?
What's the catering like on some of these projects?
The what?
Catering,
Oh,
food. Very food motivated here.
you don't want to go back to work. You just want to eat. I'm telling you. I mean, it's roast beef, prime rib for lunch. When you're on a set, you can, if you're on a SAG set or any set, they pretty much really take care of you. The food is always top grade. Top grade. I mean, you know, you go to what they call the confection stand, right? And you're just looking at the confections. It's not even the meals. And you just stand there all day long because everything is just right there, accessible, and it's good. And you just want to keep eating,
Right.
Stick it in your pockets and run. You know, it's like it's great. However, I did do a movie in South Texas a couple of years ago. It was a Western called Coyote Movie. And it was 110, and I had to wear a top hat and one of those heavy wax coats, you know, like full length, body length. And we got soggy tuna fish sandwiches for lunch. You know, the kind you buy you buy them en masse over at the market, those little tuna things. And by the time we got to eat them, they were soggy and wet. So you get a mixed bag, but normally the food is fucking awesome.
Hey man, this is random, but I have a good friend who's an actor in Texas. His name is Lance Ekrike, and he does a lot of
I know
Western.
Lance.
Yeah, you know, yeah. So he used to be my neighbor.
He does stunts and stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you knew him. So I have to. He just texted me. Yes, I know Van. Tell him I said hi.
Yeah. Hey, Lance.
Just look at that. So,
Yeah, I forget what it was we worked on, but it was a few years back.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been real. He was my neighbor for 20 years, literally.
Really?
And unfortunately, he moved away not too long ago. But we've had lots of storytelling just because as he became an actor and I'm doing the music thing, and just there's been interesting parallels, if you will.
Yeah. Is he still acting?
Yeah, he's still, as far as I know, yeah.
Yeah, good.
So,
Awesome.
I
remember he's really
a
nice
few months
guy.
I talked to him, but yeah, as far as I know, he's still doing it out there.
Yeah, that's cool. I see him on Facebook every once in a while.
Yeah, cool. I will definitely pass along the message. He
Yeah,
said hi.
for sure. Thank you.
No problem.
Small world.
You're right.
It is. It really is.
Never know who you're
How
gonna piss
often
off.
do you run into friends like that who are in the acting business? Because y'all are all busy and traveling all the time. Do y'all often meet up, hang out?
I have one story. I was in LA doing a short last year. I had a falling out with a dear friend of mine, a lady, right before I left Los Angeles, and it was irrevocable. We could not patch it up. And I was just thinking about her, and she's an actor, she works a lot. And I was thinking about her, a couple of weeks prior to this, and I just thought, what would I say if I saw her, after all these years? And is this going to be it? You know how it is. You got an old friend and just sort of estranged from them, and you're like, I may never see them again in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the LAX. I was there a couple of hours early, so I was getting my steps, and I just walk around. I can't sit still, so I was just walking around. And I get this hand on the back of my shoulder. That's you too, huh? I get this hand on my shoulder, and it goes, Ben? And it was your husband. And I said, Howard? And I thought, okay, she's close. She's got to be close, because they don't go anywhere without each other. And she came walking up, and I hadn't seen her in 20 years.
Holy cow.
And the last terms weren't very friendly. And so we're standing there for a moment, but this is like an extreme version of what you're asking me. I run into people, but that to me was sort of like, okay, I looked up and I just, all right, thanks, you answered the question. You know what I mean? And we talked for a moment, and nothing much has came from it, but I did get a chance to say, look, whatever happened back then, I truly am sorry for it, and I wish you all the best in the rest of your life. And we haven't talked since, and that's okay. But to answer your question, yes, that does happen sometimes uncomfortably and sometimes awesome.
Have you run into Diamond David Lee Roth recently?
No, I haven't. I haven't. And I mean, I'm telling you, that story's gotten a lot of legs. I mean, how often, you know, especially somebody like David Lee Roth, somebody so mouthy, you know? Yeah. I was just like, come on, dude. Let's go.
That's like punk rock all the way.
Yeah, kind of.
Awesome.
But you get to go to some really cool locations.
Or any favorite countries you've been to for shoes, or
What's that?
like, do you have any favorite places you've been to for?
So you got to figure, I was just a local stoner high school dropout in California.
Yeah.
I wasn't expected
right here.
to live. My dad used to look at me and go, "You're not going to make it to 21. You're not going to." Oh yeah, all the time. And he had a point. I probably. But the thing is all of a sudden I'm starting to think bigger. I'm starting to think, well, someday I'm going to be in London. Someday I'm going to be in Rome. Someday, you know, when I had no evidence whatsoever of any of these things coming to fruition. Even Thailand with Joshua, and they came to fruition. You know, I got to shoot in Rome for 2 months. I got to shoot in Sardinia for 2 months.
Oh gosh.
Awesome time. I got to shoot in Thailand, which I really, really loved. And you know, you don't know where these things are coming from, but you know, in your mind, you can manifest them somehow, or you want to. Anyway, you're putting it out there. You're manifesting it in a way. I can't say I made these things come into fruition, but I can say I had a premonition that I would be there.
That was some labor manifestation.
And I don't know how that works, but I've had a number of them. So yes, awesome locations. I've been in caves in Sardinia. I've been in, and I've just gone off the rails myself. You know, I traveled down to Guatemala in the jungles by myself for a while. Because I told my wife at the time that I was going to search for my roots. She goes, "You're fucking Italian. Why are you going down there?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. They got people down there too, you know." But I wanted to explore the jungles down there, the ruins and the stuff like that.
Mayan ruins.
Yeah, they're amazing.
As it turns out, they're all over the world.
Yeah, I know. Yes.
They didn't teach us that in school, did they?
They're finding stuff all the time, new stuff.
Isn't that crazy?
New civilizations.
It's insane. Crazy? I feel like you have to have like a real gypsy soul to do just acting, music, anything in general that takes you to places. I think the hard part would be establishing a home and knowing that that's your place that you got to come back to, but it's only temporary that you're gone.
Yeah. You know, before this, you used to hear all these great songs about musicians being on the road. You know, everyone had a great one, you know, some really good songs about being out on the road and what it's like. And I used to think, well, gosh, man, why is it so rough? Well, I mean, they're out there, there's women, they're doing this, they're doing that, they can do anything they want. But you don't know that they're going back to their hotel rooms at some point. You know, and they're having to put their head down on that pillow at some point, and if they can't sleep, you know, they're going to day, and that stuff wears you out. You know, it's grueling. It can be grueling.
Well, it throws off your whole lifestyle routine. Like, I have a routine in my life, and so anytime somebody throws it off, it drives me crazy.
Yeah, me too. I'm kind of a person of routine myself.
Yeah, but I think if you establish that and healthy, and you move somewhere for 2 months to film and run, like you said. And I think if you have that healthy routine for yourself, you can establish it in a different country to keep that.
There's definitely throw all caution to the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that many times where I had no idea what I was getting into. And if I'd thought about it, or if I had a sensible person talking to me, they would have just said, "We're not letting you go. We're going to handcuff you to the chair." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I didn't have that, so I just went.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love that. I love that about you. It would be hard for me. It's hard for me sometimes to even just go on vacation for a week. I'm like, I don't want to be gone from my cats.
I know. It's so dumb. My cat doesn't. She hardly pays any attention to me when I'm here. But as soon as I'm ready to walk out the door, it's like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Where you been?" You know. And then when I'm on location, I'm like thinking about her. It's like, don't, right?
Nope.
No, it's not.
Nope.
My husband's like, I don't care. They're gone. I get to sleep. I don't have to be woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning to feed them.
There is that.
I've driven home from a gig in different states just to get home with my dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're going home tonight, guys. What? Yeah, we're going home. Don't worry about it.
As soon as possible. It's all, it's like, as soon as you get a home established, yeah,
Yep.
it's that way. It's that way. I mean, I didn't like being away from my son. I have one son. He's 23, I believe, 99. I think he's 24. Well, he'll be 24 this year.
Yeah.
And I never wanted to be away from him at all, Then I gave up acting for 10 years when I first got to Texas. Completely. I got an agent when I got here. I got sent out on a few calls. My son's mother wanted a divorce, and I just thought, I'm not going to be that guy that's out on the road, and he's going to have another man come in and be his dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just quit. I quit acting, and I said, I need to establish a relationship with my son before anything takes place. In the divorce situation.
Which is basically what brought you to Texas, right?
Yeah, he brought me here because I didn't want to raise him in LA. At the time, there was an actor's strike going on, and I'd been had a lot of things sort of on the table that just kind of like went away, and I'd had it. I'd had it with LA.
What did you do during your break from acting?
I worked for a realty company doing photos for their high-end. I just fell into this job doing photos for their high-end properties. The kind of things you'd see in brochures and things like that.
Yeah.
I did some painting work, some carpentry stuff. I was kind of all over the place.
Rick's a painter.
Yeah, I know it. I know. We talked a little bit about that.
So do you do other photography other than real estate? Do you do it like as a hobby, or do you do it?
No, I mean I did. Back when 35mm cameras meant something and all that stuff. I mean, I still think I have a pretty good eye for things. So I'll take something on my iPhone, But as far as the photography end of it, not really. It's always fun to come up with. I'm more about content. If you're lucky to catch that content, that's gold. You know what I mean? As opposed to what level of gradient you have and things like that, which is all fantastic as well. But when you catch content, unusual content, that to me is gold. That's the best.
I love that. I think it's good.
I've got a question.
Oh, go for it, Dave.
1999 is considered the greatest year in American cinema. 2 movies that came out that year were End of Days and Fight Club, both of which you were in. Were you shooting those consecutively at the same time? Where it's like, okay, cut on the devil altar scene. I got to go cut somebody's balls off.
No. I think Fight Club came first. And then I booked that scene in End of Days a couple of months later. The Fight Club story is really kind of wild. I auditioned.
Funny you bring it up. I'd love to hear that wild story, man, Quattro.
Well, I mean, I auditioned for the exact role that I got.
Yeah.
But when I auditioned, they said thank you. I went home and I never heard from them.
Okay.
And then somebody said, hey, they're doing more casting on Fight Club. And so I found out who was doing it, and I got my agent to get me in. But they were looking for people for either one-liners or atmosphere people. So this guy was like the extra casting. So I get in there with him, and he has me read for this line, and I do it. And he goes, have you been on principal casting? And I said, yeah, I was a couple months back. And he goes, well, wait right here. He comes back and he goes, well, they want to see you tomorrow. And I go in and I meet with the casting director. I read, and I book the role that I was up for 2 months prior.
Oh, snap.
I don't know how that works. I have no idea how that works.
They don't even know how that works.
No, they don't. They don't. And I have another example. A big commercial that I worked on that was very, very profitable. It was for American Airlines. I went into the casting director and they say, hey, we want you to do this. You know, commercials, you got to go in and read. And so I do it. You know, it's like it's a vet's coming home from being overseas, and we're at the airport, and we make room for them as they come through. And so I did. I said, oh, hey, I move and smile. I don't hear anything. I don't hear a thing from them. A month later, I see a casting call. It says $300 to be an extra in this commercial. So I said, okay, $300, I'll go do that. So we're at the airport. It's the very same commercial. We're at the airport, and I'm kind of, you know, everybody says on a commercial, stick next to the assistant director, because they're the ones that call people in to shots. I kind of hung around him a little bit. I knew better than to press or anything like that. But he goes, hey, come here. And he puts me in the line. The guy walks by me. I do the same thing I did in the original commercial. They kept it, and I made a bunch of money for the next 2 years.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
They, for some reason, they didn't want to hire me the first time. But the guy calls me into the scene, and it's the exact same thing. I just move away, and I just go. And they kept it in the commercial. So it was a random shot that they had already planned something else, but they did a random shot of me doing the exact same thing I auditioned for.
Maybe it's your charisma. There's something about
That's
you.
audition gods, man.
It wasn't your moment then, but it is your moment now.
You know, you try to wrap your head around this stuff, and you just go and, you know, at the end of the day, you have no idea why they do anything.
Maybe right place, right time, right people. I don't know. It really could be anything.
Right time, right people, right place. Yeah, I mean, so what's the story? What's the moral in this? I have no fucking idea. That's the moral. You have
It's gonna
no
be your
idea.
motto.
Just keep showing up.
I have
Right?
no fucking idea. Your motto.
Just keep showing up.
But keep showing up, yeah.
Yeah,
On time.
that's it. Just keep showing up. And whatever's going to be, will be, you know? And try to enjoy yourself while you're showing up.
Van, how did you make the turn from having your first play to getting into acting? Like, when did you make that decision that, hey, I can do this?
I did the first play in verse, and I had a lot of people telling me, hey, you know, we want you to be in our next thing. We have, you know, at the college.
Right.
Yeah, it was a junior college in Glendale, California. And hey, we got this project. Would you do this? And then I had a guy come in from another city, which is very close to Glendale, La Crescenta. And he goes, hey, I'm starting a dinner theater. Will you do some plays up here? And I said, yeah. So a couple of us went up to his dinner theater, and we worked there for a couple of months, serving meals and then doing Shakespeare after we're done serving, which I hated. I didn't like talking to people before I went on and stuff, but hey, it was fun. We got to eat steak backstage and all that stuff. And so I did it there. And, you know, look, 100 back alley agents. I did everything by trial and error. You know, oh, there's an agent here. Okay, I'll go try to see him. I'll go try to see them. you know, and it's just trial and error for many, many, many years. And I don't know, you just get in on that one show and all of a sudden everybody goes, who's this guy, you know? But it was, like a lot of my life, it was like scratching my knees, breaking my legs, breaking my jaw, and then getting back up and going, okay, now what? What do I do now? What's you know? That didn't work.
So it sounds like you never really turned that corner until after you moved to Texas and kind of went through that.
I have to say that I truly believe that I'm who I wanted to be many years ago now. It took me a long time. There's a great old play I was doing at a place called Al's Bar in Los Angeles. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it was like where punk began in Los Angeles. And it was in a dingy place downtown Los Angeles where your car would get broken into if you left it for 10 minutes, you know? But we did a play there. And it was called The Time of Your Life. And this wacky, I played the lead in it. And it's in a bar. And all these characters come through, and it's right before World War II. And this guy named Kit Carson comes in. He's like, hey, I'm Kit Carson. And he looks at my character and he goes, you know, it takes a lot of rehearsing for a man to be himself. I never forgot that line. Never, ever forgot that line because it's very pertinent in my life. When I was in LA, I do some great work and I wouldn't have the confidence to back myself up with it. I wouldn't have the confidence to try to parlay it, all of that stuff. And so I was hit and miss. I'd be, wow, who is this guy? All the way to, no, he's not right. We don't want to see him anymore. And it was usually because of the war, the battle that was going on in my head. It had nothing to do with externals. Really, it was me. It was me fighting my own wars. So, getting here, I think I'm actually more comfortable with who I am as an artist. And I actually have the, I don't know where I got it from, but the compunction and the desire to be able to hold on to the things that I've learned and parlay them. I didn't have that before. I didn't have those skills.
Well, it certainly shows in the movie Hellhound. You're captivating in that movie.
Well, thank you. I loved working on that film. And
well, let's talk all about it here in just a second. We have a special guest. Everybody say hi to Scott Beatley here of Warhog.
What's up, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
Hey, everyone.
What's up, Scott?
How's it going?
Good to
Joining
see you, brother.
Why am I a special guest? Why do you have to cut into a van? Hi to me.
Everybody's a special guest here. Really?
What's up, everybody? Y'all having a
Good
good
to
time?
see you always, Scott. Thank you for being here, brother.
Hell yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So,
All right.
Hellhound.
Yeah, let's talk about how you got into that movie.
It was a casting site called Backstage, and Backstage, gets stuff from all over the world. And I remember my girlfriend was, I showed her this thing, and she goes, "Well, you should audition for that. You'd be good at that." And I said, "Yeah, but it's Thailand. I mean, they're going to bring me over from Thailand."
Right.
So I did this audition. I put on this I was going for a Brando's in Apocalypse Now kind of would be I don't know, just this odd character that people can't pin down in this thing. He's got his own sort of mind that, and I wanted it to be a touch maybe flamboyant or creepy,
Yeah.
And so I put this scarf on and I did this audition for them. And then they asked me back, and then they asked me back again. And I remember we taped, and I met with them finally one last time. And I kept thinking, wow, I wonder if they're really considering me for this. And it was both Josh and Nico. And they're on the thing, and I do what they asked me to do. And it was like they both just kept looking at each other. And he'd go, okay, well, can you try it this way? And then finally, I think it was Josh who kind of went, dude, why are we doing this? And he goes, do you want to do it? And I said, are you talking to me? And he goes, yeah. And I said, yeah, I want to do it. Are you kidding? And then a week later, they flew me out there.
Wow.
And so I'm working on this script, and I'm loving this script because I think it has some really, I think it's intelligent, and it has some visceral sort of elements to it, you know? The fighting sequences, and when they talk about the violence and stuff like that. I enjoyed that, you know, I relished it. And so I thought, okay, I'm latching on to this. But when I tackle a part, I try to look at who he is, first of all, to the story, who this character is to the story. You have to look at the whole picture. Right. I do. And say, where does he fit into this story? What is his arc, and how is that going to work in the story? And if there isn't one, you create one. You create one. You have to. And so I saw there were clues. There were a lot of clues for this character that Nico wrote. And what's his Luis was great to work with. You know, he was inspiring. He'd push and push. And I was really happy with the way this turned out. Having not seen it, that's one thing about being an actor, especially on film. Having not seen the thing, all you can do is go on your instincts, right?
Yeah.
And left alone with your instincts, guess what? You start to doubt them, and you start to like, whoa, did I really do that? But I did have a plan for this guy. I did have an arc, and I did have a plan, and I did figure out what I wanted him to be in the script. And so giving that, I was going, okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that, but I don't know if it played. I don't know if it came across that way, you know? And you never know when you're in a movie if you're just going to get cut out of it. Right. Or if you're going to, you know, you're going to be reduced to, you know, one scene. You don't know. You don't know. And if it's not somebody that you worked closely with, you have no way of finding out before the screening. So you go to the screening and you go, oh, they cut me. You know, it happens, you know, or you just, your role is no longer what you thought it was because they cut out half of it. And so there's always that in the back of your mind as well. And I even I texted Josh when I said, hey man, whenever I can, I like to ask if I'm cut out of the movie so that I don't have shock when I watch the preview, you know, the first screening of it.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, bro, you're in all the way. I have to say, when I saw it, I'm satisfied that I worked.
Okay, Van Quattro, you're cutting out just a little bit, so this is a great time for me to kind of clean up a little bit and inform everyone. And I've also got a little business to take care of in the chat. Joshua Dixon, when he says Joshua, that's the producer and director of the movie Hellhound.
Right.
The Luis is Luis Mandalore. He's the main actor throughout the movie. If you ask me, Van Quattro and Luis Mandalore are the two best actors in the movie. But there are a couple of others that are heavy hitter actors as well.
Sure.
Okay, so we're going to play the commercial for that movie, but I got to go to the chats and say thank you very much to Haley Ryan for that.
Thank you, Super Chat. Thank you for that, Super Chat.
Thank you, Haley Ryan. Super appreciate you, dear. We got Ron Cooley in here blowing up the Ron Cooley. Ron Tello, he's the world famous Ron Tello, blowing up the chats. Thank you for that, Ron Tello. Thank you for having a good time with everybody in the chats. Thank you, Stiffy. And thank you, Johnny Yarborough, for noticing that and saying thank you to Haley Ryan. I definitely have a lot more questions about the movie Hellhound in particular. Before we do, let's go ahead and fill in the audience and the viewers and let them get a taste of what the movie is.
I've been an evil man for so long, and there's no turning back. I don't know much about salvation, but my sins are too great to be forgiven. I'm here on a job. It's my last job. Last one, and I'm done.
For the last ride.
For the last ride. Who's the target?
He's the kingpin, a dangerous man. Drugs, illegal fighting, human trafficking, you name it.
No. Prodigal son returns home. I need you to help me find someone. Sometimes you cannot win. Death doesn't wait for anybody.
He's not an easy man to kill.
This isn't a job anymore. It's turned into a war. There are 3 types of man. Ordinary man, fearful. Brave man, fighter. And lastly, a man so determined he embraces silence. This is gonna be my grand finale. How many of you want to die tonight? Come on!
All right, so that's Luis Mandalore that you see in the majority of that, but you did see Van Quattro there a couple of times. And basically, is it safe to say that your role in the movie is as the kind of fight club king?
Yes.
Yeah, you're the one that puts together the fights, and you have them at your place on top of the condo building in Bangkok, Thailand.
Yes. Violence and decadence.
And so you happen to know the cartel king there, and how to get to him.
Yes, and I know that he's a ruthless, merciless person.
Well, there's a couple of those people in there. One's just better at it than the other.
Right.
I'm not here.
All right, so everybody, you need to go see that movie, Hellhound. You can get it on Apple TV and Amazon for $6, so go check it out and let us know what you think. What was it like working with Luis Mandalore?
That was great. He's such a pro. I mean, this is a guy that, he shoots 5 movies a year,
Yeah.
He's a pro. He knows what he's doing. Behind the camera, in front of the camera, and on breaks.
Circling back to what Ariel had said earlier, are you able to stay in touch with him?
I've reached out to him a couple times, to ask him about the movie, see if he's seen it and what's up, and we've talked. He's around. He spends a lot of time in Europe, and he moves around a lot. So he's always busy. He's always doing things.
Yeah,
gypsy soul.
Another gypsy soul, she says.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally, completely. Totally.
So tell us about Bangkok, Thailand, because anyone, if you didn't notice, all of those scenes in the movie were for Bangkok, Thailand. So it's a great movie to get the whole full atmosphere of what Thailand and Bangkok, Thailand really is. But not only that, the like Joshua Dixon, the producer and director, he really has an eye, right, for the scene. Some of those scenes are just beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. I told him it's like our first day of shooting. Right, we're up on top of a 50-story building, looking down, no rails or anything, looking down on the river, and the city of Thailand. And I'm like, what the hell? What am I doing? How did I get there?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just amazing. And then there's these fight scenes. I was so impressed with the production value and the luck of getting these locations. Because that scene in that hollowed out garage hotel where the big fights take place.
Yeah.
That was incredible. That was incredible that they had that place.
Yeah.
I mean, that place was exactly like you saw it. There were no safety zones. There were no guardrails. You had to watch everywhere you walked. And everybody was really careful, but they shot it like it's in some sort of, I don't know, it felt like it was in some sort of cement crypt, down in there. It was in the catacombs. And it was just wild being there.
I think I remember.
It's incredibly exotic over there.
Yeah.
I love it. I loved it. I love places with street life, and there's just constant street life over there. The food was great. The people are incredibly kind. I really had a good time.
Well, Joshua was clear when we interviewed him a couple of months ago here on Blow Your Brains Out that he had no desire to do Hellhound 2. But, here's to whatever movies he does next, that he will keep you in mind and hopefully contact you and have you do some readings.
Yeah, I wish him all the best. I think that Joshua's got what it takes. I think he's gonna put it all together. He's got it all together.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
He's a doer. He's really a doer, and he's got a great eye. So I'm really happy for him. I hope he just blows the roof off. I hope he has his own studio over there soon. You know what I mean?
Well, and I hope he keeps you in mind as well.
I've got a
future
question.
movies.
You said that you moved away because of a strike going on in LA. So I'm assuming it was the 08 Writers Guild strike.
This was in 99. It was in 99. 99, there was an actor's strike.
Did you kind of already know what this previous strike that just ended was going to end up?
No. Things are changing so fast in the world today that it's hard to really know. The world now is like a microchip. You buy it today and it's extinct tomorrow. If you're buying any kind of like electronics or anything like that. I mean, they've got things that are so far out into the future now. No, I mean, you don't know. You don't know what AI is going to do. You don't know what any of these new programs are how that's going to affect the work. The business is inundated with reality shows. Inundated.
Well, Wiki says 2,000 commercial actors strike.
What's that?
Well, Wikipedia calls it a 2,000 commercial actors strike.
Yeah, okay, then it was 2,000 because my son was born in 1999, and we decided that we weren't going to leave until he was 1 year old.
Yeah.
And so I was already thinking about it, and when that strike when it hit, it just kind of rocked everything. If you're waiting for your next gig to get your insurance because you just had a child, all those things, and all of a sudden this strike just blew everything up. And I had a couple of guest stars lined up, and I just said, okay, that's it. I'd lived in LA my whole life. I can't say that my memories in LA are joyous. If anything, LA was kind of like it was dark for me, and I found the darkness. I went to those places. And
well, you're a trendsetter because everyone followed you here to Texas.
Right, they're still coming. Yeah, I don't.
What's awesome is like a lot of people are losing faith in the streaming services. So actually, physical media is actually coming back into vogue. I know that there's a VHS shop that just showed up in front of my brother's smoke shop, and apparently they're doing gangbusters. So I guess VHS is making a comeback, and I know vinyl is making a comeback.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I still like going to the theater. I do. I mean, I remember, when I was a kid, I mean, we used to line up around the block in Hollywood to see The Godfather. And it was only playing at one theater. And you had to get there 2 shows early to get in. So you had to wait 5 to 6 hours just to get inside the theater. But it was so exciting once you finally got in. You were going to see The Godfather on the big screen, Now it's available. All these movies are available everywhere. But back then it was an event. It was truly an event to go to the movies,
Man, I'm so excited that VHS is making a comeback. My wife's watching this, so see, honey, this is why I hold on to everything.
Yeah,
I
right.
got my VHS player too.
My girlfriend's daughter is way into VHS. She has a huge collection.
I still have a VHS DVD player. Oh.
Hey, how about that?
You can still use it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all have that VHS reminder? I have that.
I remember
Market Blockbuster.
Be Kind Rewind.
You got it.
Hey, Van, have you held on to any VHSs?
I might have a few in some boxes, of early things that I've done. Possibly, yeah. But back in the day, but even the way they give you your material was on a cassette that's actually bigger than a VHS, and it was what the studios used. So you'd get these big things, they're about so big, and it would have your reel on it, and then you'd have to transfer that over to the VHS and do it all manually. It was an ordeal back then. It was really something. Now everything's just like, send it off, man. You can send off 2 hours of material, You got
Copied on your phone.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
8-track. Someone said let 8-track tapes make a comeback.
I remember listening to Abbey Road and having that thing break right into She's So Heavy. Before She's So Heavy ended, it would stop and click over, and then you'd hear the last 30 seconds of it on the other track.
I almost threw away a dual cassette player the other day. I was cleaning out my shop, and I dusted it off. I actually didn't dust it off. I just threw it away. And I walked 10 feet away, turned back around, went, pulled it out, opened it up, and there was an Ozzy Osbourne Diary of a Madman cassette tape. And I went, "Are you kidding me?" Plugged it in.
Yeah, man.
I still have a copy of Black Sabbath Volume 4 on 8-track.
Do you really?
That's awesome.
I wonder if they even have machines around to play them on. My brothers used to drive around and steal 8-tracks out of people's cars, and I was like, "No, man, I can't do that."
Hey, Van, I got a question for you that my wife had asked me to ask you that I like. She asked if there any like series that you were a fan of, like from your childhood, that you'd like to see turned into a movie or a show or something, and if so, who would you want to play in that?
Oh wow, that's interesting.
It's a rough question.
Yeah, it is.
It's a great question.
Though. Think of what some of my favorite TV shows were. At least when I was in my days where I could actually process what I liked about something. You know what I mean? When I was old enough to sort of do that. Miami Vice was pretty cool, but they did make a movie out of that. They made a movie out of Miami Vice. But that was pretty cool. I mean, you play one of those movers and shakers on that.
Would you want to be one of the cops or one of the bad guys?
You know what? The bad guys usually only last an episode or two. They get killed off or they get thrown in jail. You know what I mean? It's rare when a bad guy can string out like 3 or 4 episodes. Because it makes the guys looking for him inept. Wow, we're on the 4th episode.
I remember the last time we had you on, I said that you would make a great, updated version of the Lance Henriksen character in Near Dark. I also think that you would make the great Gamork, the wolf, at the end of Neverending Story.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's great. I love that. It's funny, Lance Henriksen, I worked with him on a show called Millennium. Do you know that show? Millennium was... it was done by the same guy Chris Carter, the same guy that did the X-Files. And so Millennium was of that mind, but it was sort of like they were profilers, but it was like the serial killer or the sick person of the week, And I got a guest star on that thing, and I went up to Vancouver to shoot it with them. And I'll never forget the first day on the set. I'm walking to my trailer, Lance Henderson's walking by me and he goes, "You're Willie?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're too fucking good looking." And then like the next day after we shot the first, some of my first stuff, the next day he came up and he goes, "Dude, you're gold. You're great. You're great. You're great." I said, "Thanks." But it's a really dark episode when we shot. Really.
How dare you look good and be talented?
Hey, you know, that's the first time I've had somebody tell me I was too good looking for something. Truly. You know.
Hey, Van, I got a question for you, Van. I got a question for you. This is from PZ. What you thought of Iggy Pop's album and video from last year?
From when?
From the album and the video from last year?
I don't know that I saw it. I mean, I'd probably seen pictures of it. I thought his album was pretty good. I mean, that guy's been through so much. I'm not familiar with it, to tell you the truth. I've followed Iggy. I mean, I've seen him probably 5 or 6 times. I mean, I've followed the trajectory of his career. And when Bowie bailed him out, you know, and they helped each other when they were going through a lot of problems. What are you familiar with it?
Yeah, what's it called?
No, PZ watches the video. PZ, my friend, he watches the video of it. He watches the videos.
And did he like it? And does he think?
Did you like it, PZ?
It's really strange.
He said it's really strange.
Optimist. What's it called, PZ? To all optimists?
He's gonna look it up right now.
Cool. Yeah. I want to see
Family Affair.
If I still, you know, it's amazing. A lot of you guys, you rock and rollers, you guys age well, man. You do. I mean, you look at Keith Richards. I mean, these are the people you didn't expect to make it through their 20s. You know, Iggy Pop wasn't supposed to make it through. You know, I mean, he was left for dead many times. That guy. I don't know how. I don't know how that happens.
You know, I have to do a quick shameless plug that's kind of funny because we keep talking about Iggy Pop, but there's actually a clip on my YouTube channel of me and Chris, who is also the guitar player for Vane, playing Search and Destroy back in Diamond Jim's back in January when we played a show there under Drunken Slugfest.
I'm gonna check that out, man.
That's like the only clip I posted from that show. That was my favorite song from the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out.
Thanks.
I really like Iggy a lot, but it just, you know, imagine me, it's 20 years old, 21, and I'm going to see this guy, and he's, you know, skinny as a rail, and he's smashing glass on stage. And
I bet that was amazing. Yeah.
And then he jumps out into the audience, you know, without a warning. You know, he doesn't say, "I'm going to stage dive." He just like throws himself out there. He was pretty wild.
Yeah, the video is called "Strung Out Johnny."
Strung Out Johnny. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, we had back in the late '80s. We had a pretty good punk scene
Remington
here.
Steele. Did you work opposite Pierce Brosnan? And if so, did he take his martini chicken or stirred?
Funny story about that. I guess they're all funny, right? That was my first like real Screen Actors Guild job, and they shot it in Vegas, and I was living in LA, so we went to Vegas, and of course I got involved in, you know, doing some gambling in between stuff and all that stuff. But there's a scene where I have to punch him, and it's a body shot. And we do the scene, and I was really nervous. And the director comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, Pierce says you're hitting him a little hard there. Can you back off?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I didn't know it, but my first thought was like, "What a pussy," you know. But then it's like, I didn't know. I didn't think I was hitting him. But again, I was so nervous, I probably might have been. I didn't know. But Yes, I said, no, I'll be careful with that. And I mean, it worked out. I thought I was going to get fired, but yeah, no, I don't know how he takes his drinks.
He likes them beaten,
Yeah.
not stirred. I'm kidding. That's too funny.
So, has there already been anybody that you've worked with that you've been
over? Never mind. Go ahead, Eddie.
Oh, just wondering, is there anybody that you've worked with to where when you like went into work with them, you were just like completely starstruck and just like forgot your lines, didn't know what to do?
No. But I mean, there's times when I was just like, you know. Yeah, no.
Who's been the best person to work with that we would know? You can make everybody else mad by naming out one person in particular.
I mean, I've worked with Arnold a couple of times, and for who he is, you know, he's very nice.
He seems really genuine. He posts on Reddit a lot, and you know, people will just mention him casually, and he shows up and starts chatting with people.
Really?
He loves talking about health and fitness stuff. I
know.
He's really big into still pushing that. So it's interesting to see him pop up.
He was really cool. He worked on that thing with I did in Italy. I worked on End of Days with him. I worked on another film with Franco Colombo, with Arnold in it. And it's funny because in End of Days, I sat right next to him in the makeup room, and I said, "Hey, Arnold," and he goes, "Hello." And I said, "Do you remember me?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, you Van." And I said, "Yeah, how are you?" I'm good. You know, we didn't chat a lot, but he was a nice guy and a really interesting guy. I remember I did one movie. One of the movies I did in Italy, a guy named Michael Priest directed it. And he was a great guy. He used to direct a lot of the Dallases here in town. And at the screening, everybody was like, "Oh man, Quattro plays this drug dealer in this, and he's really good." And it was really low, kind of a low budget movie. And so they were showing it at the party that I was at. We were at the director's house, and Arnold's sitting in this big armchair, watching the screen, and Michael Priest says, he was the director. He says, "Hey, Arnold, you know Van? He's right behind you. He's that guy right there on the screen." And he goes, without turning around, and I've never met him, he goes, "Yes, I know Van." And I was like, okay.
I'm curious to know, how did he pronounce your last name?
No, he didn't. He didn't. I
Like
know
scary.
Van. Yes, I know Van. Is what
He
said.
can't pronounce it. That's my point.
Quattro.
I'm curious about that whole movie. You played a satanic priest. Did that conflict with anybody's beliefs on set?
No, people weren't as vocal back then about, buttons getting pushed and all of that. No. And Gabriel Byrne was in that scene. And he's a good actor, Gabriel Byrne.
That's such a great movie. I love that movie.
Yeah,
so
it's pretty intense.
It's so out there.
Yeah, I know it.
But it's so great. I love it.
The destruction of
Gabriel Byrne is fucking amazing. The Usual Suspects is my favorite movie still.
Yeah, so he was one of the guys where I'm like, holy crap, I'm on stage with Gabriel Byrne right now. And we were just talking in between, because it took a lot to set up that shot. So we'd just be talking, and the girl would be lying there getting ready to sacrifice, and we'd all be talking up there on the stage on the mantle there. Ooh.
Yes, that's exactly what she looked like.
Speaking of ready for the sacrifice, I just thought it's perfect timing. That's Iggy Pop.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What is it? Cover work for his new album?
For that song that Strung Out Johnny.
Wow, looks like he's been eating a lot of vegetables.
I guess so. He's prepared for dinner, or to be dinner.
So one of
videos
your
bizarre.
What's that?
Sorry, Johnny.
He said, "Watch the video. It's bizarre."
Oh yeah, I'll watch it definitely.
So, one of the main clips that pops up on your Internet Movie Database page is a clip from Silent Night, Deadly Night. I want to know how you psyched yourself up for that scene where you've got the toy attacking you.
That was like my second acting job.
That was kind of awesome. As soon as I saw that little flaming head spin around, I was all in on that scene.
Oh, it was
awesome.
You know, it was one of those things where, you're gonna do what to me? You know, and I'm gonna die in the first 2 minutes of the movie. But no, they handled it. You know, hey, when you get on set with these guys, and especially as special effects guys, man, they know what they're doing. They make it look right, you know. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that in a while, but it looked like the poker went through my head, and it was kind of fun to shoot. Actually, you know, you get to hit your head on a mantle and then have a poker go through your head, and then you get to lie there with a poker in your head. I was like, "Look, Mom."
Sounds like a dream job. Well, I know you've got to get going here in just a second.
Yeah, I do.
You want to
Sorry,
ask
guys.
your favorite question?
What's that?
Dave likes to ask all of our guests his favorite question.
You go shoot, man.
It's speechless.
Dave's missing. MIA.
I don't want to ask it because it's his thing.
Well, I'll ask real quick. Hey, Van, what are you working on now, or what are your most recent movie release that we should go watch?
I've got a couple of films that should be coming out in the next. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. You know, when you get them shot. That's the thing about the movie industry. You know, you think that everything you do is going to be made and put out there. You know, sometimes they sit on the market trying to get sold.
Yeah.
Things like that. There's a couple of things I've done that should be coming out soon, but I've been pretty busy, so I try not to keep track. I try to just keep moving forward. I can't say that it's anything big right now. I'm still eyeballing Taylor Sheridan in his new series, you know, Landman. Get on there. I'd like to do some work on there. But, you know, you just take it a job at a time. You know, I've got something coming up next month. April? Yeah, I've got 2 things I'm shooting in April. So that's fortunate. I'll be doing that.
Well, I enjoyed Hellhound so much, and your performance in Hellhound. I was looking forward to, you know, something new to watch.
Thank you. Yeah, of course. I'll let you know, man. I'll put it out there.
Yeah,
when
let
it
us
comes
know.
out, when
We'll
it's
share it.
ready, I'll put it out there.
Well, we will share it, and we will have you back on.
Yeah. I'm learning to promote myself a little bit these days. You know?
I feel
Well,
like
promoting is the same as sitting around the living room shooting the shit with us. So
that's what we're doing right now.
Right.
Really, truly. I mean, I figured out, you know, last night we were watching this expose on not Teletubbies, furry babies, and those things, that whole movement, that whole crazy movement that happened in 1995 around these things, where people were killing people to get these little toys, was marketing. It was marketing. It was all marketing. They made it seem like they were scarce. They weren't scarce. They drove the public crazy into a frenzy. Do you know about those things? Were you guys aware of what was going on with those?
Oh yeah, my mother-in-law at the time collected them. She had a whole room full of them. It's crazy.
Yes, and they had honestly that very same mentality is the reason you should stay off of Twitter.
Well, I know it. I know. It's all marketing. It's all marketing. And for somebody, you know, that like me or whoever that doesn't know the art of doing that, the art of doing that is basically telling people they need something they don't need.
Yep.
You know, that's the art of it.
Yeah, if you have enough money, you can buy the influence and make it happen.
Well, right. And I have this thing in my head where I think it's supposed to be organic. People are going to find you organically, and it's just going to happen organically because true talent will shine. You know, I've always remembered that from my days of listening to the Clash. You know, on their Sandinista album, they had a song is "True Talent Will Shine" eventually, and I used to think to myself, yeah, man, that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. But you got to find some marketing there, you know.
Sometimes it does, but usually influence is bought.
Kinda, and that sucks.
It's a reality, though.
Yep.
Yeah. So the people with money get to just cycle this stuff, you know.
Yep.
Well, you've
But
been great.
speaking of organic rising, you know, I mean, that's what we're doing here. It's all organic. We're all just
Yeah,
sharing
man.
our
And
hearts,
that's
having
what
a
I
good
dig
time.
about this. I do. I really do. I appreciate you guys.
All right, Dave, ask your question before he goes.
What was it like working with David Fincher?
Oh yeah, awesome, awesome. I was so nervous that day. I had to report to a high-rise in Los Angeles that and one of the floors wasn't being used. So we shot the scene up there. Fincher walks in. He's got a baseball cap on. He's wearing an old white T-shirt and some jeans. And he looks at me and goes, "Hey, man." And I was like, "Hey, man." So we're shooting the scene. He's just sitting there. You know, he's kicked back. No stress at all coming from this guy or from this movie. I thought it was just going to be like horrific. I thought it was going to be people running around. You know, hey, man, this is a big movie. He was kicked back. He had about 5 tech people there. The rest were actors. We shot the scene. He was like, yeah, man, I like that. You want to look at it? We went in and looked at it. 6 months later, I had to do some voiceover for the guy. I didn't know it was going to be him, but they said, hey, can you report to Burbank Studios, and they want you to do some voiceover work for Fight Club. I'm getting out of my car. Fincher walks up to me, and he goes, hey, Van, how's it going? 6 months after, and I'm like, hey, I'm doing good. I said, how's the movie going? He's going, well, it's been interesting. He goes, we don't have music in it yet, but people are really reacting to it. And I in my brain, I kept thinking to myself, I'm discussing Fight Club with David Fincher right here, just him and I walking into the studio to do some work. So that's how it was. It was awesome. It was really, truly awesome. And not at all what I expected, but it was a, you know, listen.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was really awesome to be on the ground floor because me and my brother and my dad, we all went to go see the movie in the theater. And, you know, it wasn't a packed theater, you know, it gained a new life through VHS and through streaming and whatnot. So when we went back to high school, we were just raving this new fucking amazing movie, Fight Club, and nobody knew who the fuck we were talking about. And it wasn't until like 5 or 10 years later that people were like, dude, remember when you told me about that movie Fight Club? It's a fucking amazing movie. And I'm like, I told you.
It is an icon. It is one of those times when cinema changes. Do you know what I mean? Where you feel something has changed in the industry. And Fincher was one of those.
It's a touchstone.
Touchstone. That's what I was looking for. Fincher was one of those guys. He changed cinema. And I was at a party. The producer was there. Fincher wasn't there, but there were people talking about the movie. And the producers hated it. They thought it was too dark. They said, Fincher fucked this up. It's too dark. Nobody's going to like it. And they were really worried about their baby. And I'm sitting there listening. And the guy looks at me, and he was English. And he goes, you liked it, didn't you? And I said, yeah, I did a lot. And he's like, yeah. But they were really worried about their investment. They were very worried. They said Fincher had taken it too dark. And for me,
he proved them wrong, didn't he?
That's all the stuff that worked. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what made that movie. That underbelly of craziness, you know, and just absurdity. And I love that line at the end where he's standing there, where Ed Norton is standing there at the end with, what's her name, the actress, the English actress.
Helena.
What?
Helena Bonham
Does
Carter.
anybody know? Anyway, they're standing there, and those buildings are blowing up, the corporate buildings.
Yeah.
And they're looking out the window, and he goes, "You met me at a weird time." And I thought to myself, that's just the beginning of a relationship. That whole movie was about them two getting together. It was a romance.
And finding their happy place. Slide.
Yeah, it was a romance, really. I mean, they'd go to AA meetings, they'd go here, they'd go there. I mean, you can look at it any way you want, but when they end it like that, and they kind of, you know, fall into each other's arms, I'm going, hey, man, that was a great romance. Two people finding each other.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we all found each other.
I want so bad, you know, I want so badly to work with Fincher again. So let's say Manhunt gets made into a movie, right? Did you ever see that show on Netflix? Manhunt. Fincher directed.
Mindhunter.
Mindhunter. You guys watch that?
Yeah, it's great.
Dude, that show is amazing.
So if that got made into a movie, I would like to play one of the killers, or the older cop. That's Fincher's work. I mean, that's great stuff. You know. So that's the answer.
That's awesome. I told my wife that. I think she watches that show. I think that's one of her that she's into. So she's got so many, I can't keep up with all of them.
A movie version of that. Have you guys seen Poor Things, the movie?
Not yet.
I watched it this week. Earlier.
What'd you think?
It's wild. I mean, it's
Is it?
absolutely wild.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. It's another one of those films that you just go.
I love Emma Stone and everything that she does.
Well, then you need to see this.
There's so much weird stuff going on in that movie with the camera work and the like. I mean, the way that her dialogue changes throughout that whole movie.
Yeah.
It's wild that you almost don't even realize it's happening until the end. But
she definitely deserved the leading actress award, I thought.
Yeah, she almost plays like multiple characters throughout the whole thing.
Yeah,
it's pretty great.
Yeah, she was great. Well, I'm gonna have to run here.
Yes, thanks for coming on.
Go to bed. I'm getting old.
Well, it's been a pleasure and an honor, sir.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. And I'm going to come out. We'll try to get out to your shows in April at Diamond Gyms. You're doing it in Diamond Gyms in April, right?
Iron Maiden has
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Matter of fact, if you're a punk fan, we're playing the show at Diamond Gyms is on 420. It's with Mondos Bizarros, which is a Ramones tribute, and they're great. I just went and saw them again this last weekend, and they are fantastic.
The Ramones. I never got a chance to see them, but I dug them.
Well, their show is a blast, and they have another. There's a girl named Starla Daniels who performs with them, and she does like some Blondie songs and stuff, and it's a really good mix of stuff. It's a fun show, really fun, even if you're not into punk.
Just remember, the first rule of Blow Your Brains Out is you absolutely talk about Blow Your Brains Out. The second rule of Blow Your Brains Out is you absolutely talk about Blow Your Brains Out.
You got it, man. I will.
So there's the flyer right there for.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
And Postmortem, that's the guys again from Chemicost. They're going to be playing here, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, along with Iron Jaw, I believe.
Where?
You would ask me that. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. They're playing with. I think they're opening for Flotsam and Jetsam. Yeah, there it is, right there at the Haltom.
Just watch the rest of the show, Van, if you get a chance. We're going to talk about it here and then call it a night ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, man.
We actually
and
have
while our
Blow Your
fan
Brains
buzz
Out
is
show.
looking around for that, remember to check out Hellhound. First chance you get.
Thanks,
Thank
Dave.
you.
Awesome. Thank
All
you.
right, we'll see you around, Van Quattro. Thank you for being a friend to Blow Your Brains Out, brother.
Thank you, guys.
You're awesome and oddly sexy.
I appreciate it, guys.
Too good looking.
I enjoyed spending time with you.
Bye, man.
Bye-bye.
Hey, isn't Flo?
Weekly concert calendar. Weekly concert calendar. Weekly concert calendar. Arlington, Dallas, Fort Worth. Surrounding area.
Hey guys, I got to run too. I've got a super early morning, but
Okay, good night.
wanted to be here for
Ariel.
Van. And
Yeah, thank you.
we'll
for
talk
that,
about
man.
Chemicost and everything next week for sure.
Sounds great, man. I want to go to bed too, so let's get this going, guys. Thank you.
I do want to say, man, Rick, I love your shirt.
Yes.
And everybody, go see Vane at Growl this Saturday. Go see Vane. Y'all, be safe. Have a good week. See y'all next week.
Thank you, Eddie. Take care.
Thanks.
Hey, Ariel, what were you saying when I cut you off there, dear?
Oh, isn't Flotsam and Jetsam? Isn't that the eels on the Little Mermaid?
That is a Little Mermaid.
Right?
Close.
Flotsam and Jetsam. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
names of
something similar,
Ursula's
yeah.
eels. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
sorry.
what the band is named after. It's people don't know that.
Megan.
It's also the band from Jason Newsted. Jason Newsted, before he joined Metallica, this was his band here.
Yeah, Flotsam Jetsam.
Okay, we are joined by Megan Moshpit for our concert calendar tonight, and also Metal Mike the Rapper. Thanks for being here, y'all.
Ow. He's muted.
I'm trying out.
What do you got going on, Megan? Are you going to do the Hillbilly Fest this year?
I'm chilling with Gina.
Hi,
Yes.
Gina.
So yeah, this year we are going to be doing it. It's going to be on May 18th. I'm not releasing all the details yet, but we found a super sweet spot. I just announced it today. It's called Star on the Brazos.
Cool.
It's a privately owned ranch with river access. It's fully built stage, really nice facilities. And this year the camping is going to be extra cheap, $10 to camp.
Wow.
Bring your own tent?
Yeah, bring your own tent.
Hell yeah.
BYOT.
Do you bring dirt bikes and stuff? No? Yes?
No, maybe a golf cart. But we don't want to tear up their land, you know.
You wouldn't tear it up just to ride on it. We're not going to be like getting ramps and stuff.
No, we're going to have drunk people out there, so we're going to be doing without that.
Gotcha.
Well, that's killer news. I'm happy for you, Megan. Thank you for putting it together. Mosh Pit Productions rules.
So more information coming on that soon.
Cool. Well, let's come together here on Blow Your Brains Out and get that info out to the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex world.
And
For sure. For sure. You guys,
Cool. Send us the flyers
I
so I can show your flyers on our show here.
Yes.
Hey, Metal Mike the Rapper, how you doing, man? You with us?
I'm with you. I'm doing all right. I just barely made this one. Got stuck in that.
You made it. That's what's important.
Hell yeah. Trying out my phone app on this, the StreamYard phone app. It's all right.
Do you or Descent have any shows coming up you want to tell us about?
We sure as fuck do.
Fuck yeah.
We actually got added to the Saroja show at Trees this Friday.
Okay.
Nice.
It will be our drummer's last show, unfortunately.
Aw.
So he's retiring. He's mastered the art of metal drumming. He's moving on. I don't know what he's doing. He's we wish him well, but this will be his last big send-off show. And our good friends in Saroja let us come jam on it. They're gonna rock out, so it's gonna be a really good time. It's gonna be a lot of good local stuff. You got Crankfish, you know, Jason from Drowning Pool is gonna be jamming out, his band. And
I'm over here on the Trees Facebook page looking for it.
Yeah,
here we go. Just found it.
Yep. I don't know if we might not be added to the Trees page yet. We were kind of the last man to get added. We had a very busy March, unplanned, a very busy March.
That's all right. I need to share it or would like to share it anyway. I usually try to share all the Trees shows.
Y'all missed a good cheapsteak show.
Yep.
That was fun.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, we rocked it. Vane rocked it. Vane bust out some Lamb of God, tricked us and shit. That was good.
Vane will do that. They will bust out the Lamb of God. Question is, did they open with Lamb of God?
No,
I think we did.
No, yeah, did y'all?
No, you know what?
No, y'all played Lamb. How many songs y'all play now?
I'm just checking to see if Hef was receiving
just one
advice.
What?
Oh yeah, that's just me praying to the gods.
Please, let's have a good show. Please, God.
All right,
I like that place. I like that place.
I bow down to Ariel whenever I can.
There it is.
So Rosa at trees, everybody catch.
They're
Metal Mike, the rappers
Crankfish
band.
Descent and Crankfish Descent and Pleasant View.
Yep. Only 4 bands, so you won't be there all night. You know. I think we go on second around 9.
Oh, will you?
We will, and we're gonna rip it up. You guys don't even know. We're gonna rip it like it's our last show ever.
With your drummer.
With our drummer. Well, yeah, until we find a drummer, we'll figure that one out. We're not very. If you're a drummer in Dallas, you want to be in a metal band, we're pretty easy.
I know who not to contact.
Van, we might have to borrow your drummer. Y'all can play Lamb of God. We can play Lamb of God. We'll do it.
I know a guy can make it happen.
Make him do double duty.
Okay.
We don't want to play the tracks. Well, when we'll play the tracks, we have to. We're not stopping. The machine ain't stopping. So, if you want to see us at our peak, though, it'll be this Friday.
All right.
For sure.
All right.
And there's another show this weekend too, right? Is the Growl Show this weekend, Hef?
Yes, it is.
Growl Show
There
is
you
this
go.
weekend. With
Saturday.
They
Hell
play
yeah.
Saturday. Or like
Did y'all throw this together pretty quick?
Oh, it's been on the market for a little while, actually.
Oh, has it?
We got added to it about a month or two ago, I guess.
There's a lot of
Yours really good.
there's a lot of bands. You guys, the show starts at 7 or
Yeah, I think so. Because we're headlining that night. And I'm not sure what time we go on. I think 11. I don't know.
that's a lot of time standing on that
What I'm
floor.
told, you know?
You just browse through all the records in the meantime. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
1, 2, 3,
Go record
4,
shopping.
5, 6, 7 bands.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Full Shine, After the Crisis, Born in Blood, Mirror Mirror, School Ninjas.
Right.
Or no, Night School Ninjas is one name.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there you
So,
go.
and then Vane. So yeah, there's
6.
7.
There's 5 or 6. I don't know. Like I said, I just
That's
get on
6.
stage and they tell me to.
10 minutes a set.
Right.
Yeah, no joke.
We get 55 though.
Yeah. The headliner gets to play for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
20
Be
minutes.
sure and get your half-hour setup.
Play your
Right.
best.
that was a stab at my show, the Blow Your Brains Out. We gave Iron Jaw 30 minutes to set up and everyone else 15 minutes.
This should be quick. You should be quick.
The
See,
show should be titled "I'm Not Bad, I'm Just Drawn That Way."
That's all we got coming up here lately. Thank you for asking.
Absolutely. Let's see. I've got other flyers here, but I don't have them in an order. But I do
Some of
have
them
this
are
one.
like months away.
Hey, look at that. I know those guys.
We also have hearsay and conjecture. Those are kinds of evidence.
Warhog. You want to talk about Warhog show coming up?
Well, these are out of town. So one's in San Marcos at the ROTC, Ragnar's on the compound.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We're gonna go down. Yeah, we're gonna go down Central Texas and see what kind of trouble we can get into.
There you go.
Yeah, you are.
Cinco de Mayo weekend. We're gonna go play that Anderson Mill pub on Saturday night, and then play Ragnar's on Sunday afternoon. They do like a Sunday afternoon kind of like rock afternoon, matinee metal. I guess I don't know. That's a great idea because all of us are older now, but they actually do it down there. So I was like, oh, we could play there and come back. So
warm them up to Dallas bands. Be like,
I know, right?
Dallas, you need to come out here.
There have been a handful of bands that have gone down there and done stuff, and I've tried to figure out if it was successful or not. And I don't know, but I have friends
Let
in
us
Austin.
know.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
Rivethead played Ragnar's.
Yeah.
They took a couple of Dallas bands.
Yeah, so we're going to go down there and see what happens. And I want to eventually get to the point where we can play San Antonio and Houston and stuff and not be worrying about people showing up. So,
Right.
we'll go down there and try and make some friends. But we're going to do that the weekend before the show at Diamond Gems.
Yeah.
So we'll be playing.
Y'all got any plans for Eclipse Day, which coincidentally
What?
is also Rex Manning Day?
Skipping work and going outside at noon or whatever it is when it happens. I've got my
glasses.
Fire drill.
I did this for the last eclipse. I got welder goggles, and then I mounted the solar eclipse glass like lenses inside the goggles and like completely blacked them out on the inside. They were awesome because they didn't let any light in. So I got a couple extra pairs. I'm going to make them for my kids so they can take them to school and look like weirdos.
Awesome.
I don't know. You seen them one, you seen them all. No. I can guess. I guess what it's gonna look like. Circle, moon, not a circle.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, Iron Man. I get tired around 9 o'clock, so you're not watching.
The ambient is around 9:30.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that correct. Ragnar's.
I think that's it. Ragnar's. Yeah.
Ragnar's.
That's how I would say it.
Ragnar's rock.
We're gonna go down there. We'll have. I mean, we're about to release new music. We've got it all. Our drummer's in the studio kicking ass. He's burning through stuff now. So we're gonna release a couple new singles the second week of April, and then we'll have a follow up, and then we'll have probably a third follow up right that first week of May, the first full week. So we'll go down there with some new music, and we'll have some cool stuff going on. So I'm excited. May's gonna be fun.
And they're going to be warming up and getting toned and ready for this show right here, May 11th, our next Blow Your Brains Out, motherfuckers.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, Against All Odds is not on there. I've been working so hard, I haven't been able to update this.
False advertisement.
They're on the bottom.
I know. 2 of my bandmates
They're
are
on there.
here.
They're on there.
But they're not going to
no,
play.
I originally was hoping they would be on the show. They couldn't make it. So it's not false advertisement. It's people with good intentions, and shit doesn't always work out. And I haven't had time to fix the goddamn flyer because I've been working my fucking ass off.
I told Ben I'd go
don't
by
worry
myself
about
to
it.
play, and he's like, "What are you gonna do? Just stand on stage?"
Why don't you cry about it?
Just play like their CD before everybody else.
Are we going to swap it out and have a fifth band?
Yeah, Hedonistic Punk Vatos is on.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Renee's on the show all the time. Matter of fact, he'll be popping up in the chats any minute now. So, but back to Warhog. That's what we're talking about, dude. Warhog is going to fucking rock Diamond Gems.
I hope so.
Along with Rivet Head and the Argonaut.
The Argonaut rock. I know some of those guys. They have like a story. They have like a storyline that goes along with their.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And then, of course, only pussies call the cops. Dank is going to destroy Diamond Gems. Should we tell them? Should we tell Diamond Gems that Dank is going to destroy?
Surprise them.
Well, I will just say this. May 11th, May 14th, the new existential album and short film will be coming out. And I'm hoping that the new existential featuring Ricky Warden track will be coming out sometime mid to late April. So we're just working out the kinks on that one. I sent the track to Ricky. I am totally happy with it. So when he tells me that it's cool, then I will totally release that shit. But I played that shit for Hank, and Hank fucking loved it. And Hank does not like music.
Yeah, he actually sent me a message, so I was kind of, that was cool to get a message from him. It's a crooner song, and what Dave Jarvis did since we recorded it was add some really nasty fat horns to it. I like it, Dave. Thank you very much.
Dope.
It's my pleasure, man. I always love working with all the people that I love, and I love all y'all, man.
Love you too,
So basically, it's an X610 Chill special. I'm his first crooner, so
an extended existential,
and hopefully it'll sell millions of copies, and we'll make more.
Between that one and that other song you did on that Monday, man, your pop song is gonna be hit the charts.
It's all original, man. This is real right here. This is me singing. Dave Jarvis put the song together. Really cool of you to do it. Thank you, David.
It is wonderful, and also, dude, the pleasure is all mine. And also, I am working on a current compilation album for Boltneck, and I'm hoping to do it like once a year. So this year it would be Boltneck's Monster. Next year it will be Bride of Boltneck. The following year it will be Son of Boltneck, and so on and so forth. It's all gonna be CD released. Okay, we're going back. We're going nostalgic, because I really feel like nobody has any faith in streaming services anymore. So I feel like physical media is coming back into the forefront, and I'm going to capitalize on that shit.
Oh, hell yeah. We're actually getting our CDs in. I forgot that's coming out in March. March 29th, our physical CD comes out. So we'll see who has CD players, though, is the question.
I do.
Well,
You'd be surprised. I've heard
thank
that
you again.
times.
Thank you again, Dave, for sending me a song for the Boltneck compilation. To me, it sounds like X610 Chill Metallica.
Hell yeah.
So I've got some like really fast, heavy shit in mind to do on that.
Hell yeah.
And understand, I have other tracks that I'm working on. That's just what is completed right now. I plan on making this a huge production, and I really want to expand the name, not just to blow your brains out, but also a Boltneck, because I really feel like they are kind of the pulse of Fort Worth.
Well, David, does that mean that you're recording, you're doing all these songs at Boltneck?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the whole compilation album will be either, if you've already recorded a track with Boltneck, I will put that track on the compilation, or I have a bunch of instrumental tracks that don't have vocals. So if you are a vocalist that would like to put your name and your vocals on a track with Boltneck, I will include that. And this is going to be like the mixtapes from fucking the late 90s, man. You remember the late 90s when you would just tape trade, but we'd have discs. All right, so just burn it and turn it. That's how I feel.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Hell yeah.
Well, it's definitely a great idea, and it's something that Blow Your Brains Out ought to do with all the bands that are friends with Blow Your Brains Out someday. I'm not in a hurry, but someday it'd be a good plan.
Oh yeah.
So would T-shirts and merchandise and, a lot of things. But we'll get there, everybody.
Thanks, dolls.
And Dave Jarvis is doing it. So y'all
he is.
Be prepared for that. And if you want to help out, if you want to be involved, contact Dave Jarvis. Like Hef, if you want to sing on one of his tunes. He's got songs he can send you to sing on.
I'm always down. Rap or metal, whatever.
There you go. Y'all have his number. Y'all have his email, his Facebook. Make it happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get through this concert calendar, and maybe I'll play that song for you. How's that sound?
Hell yeah.
Do it.
Let's go, Ariel.
Right. Where's this one at? Halton Theater. We have Second Death. And who wants to play that game? Name that metal band.
The top
serious?
I'm very serious. Read it.
Second Death was a band that used to jam with Grain way back in the day. So I will say, I don't know what they sound like now, but what they sounded like about 15 years ago, they were fucking heavy as shit, like fucking Hatebreed type of fucking metal.
Who? Which one?
Second Death.
Second Death. Filth is the top band. Second Death.
That's what I thought. Filth.
Violent Death. Second Death.
Infurious.
Interiors? Is that an F or a T?
I think so. And that's why we're playing this game.
Popsicle Death.
So this is a Halton Theater show.
One under it.
It's going to be dope.
Justice?
But this one is Friday, May 17th, which will be coming up in a couple months.
No episodes?
Shout out to Chad and Halton Theater. Appreciate everything you do to support the local scene. Everybody get out there and have a good time.
Chaz is the man.
Yep.
Sick.
I know what you are and I know what you're not. You know fucking Cobb.
Well, Listen to the Haltom show. There's lots of Haltom shows coming up. This one's March 23rd, so this one's this week, and it's Sick, a tribute to Slipknot, Devil's Rejects, and Scream, Bloody. That's 4. Moody Benefit Show, March 22nd. That's this week too. Haltom Theater Side Stage. Doors at 7. Go check it out.
Cool graphic.
Sprinkler system in the back seat. Can you fucking believe it?
Another Haltom show.
Soothsayer.
Hey, Ricky and Dave.
Hey, Megan Mosh Pit.
She gone. She is gone. All right, another show coming up. This one's actually a tour. There's another flyer that actually has the show of these
right.
we're playing.
Bye, Megan.
Here she
The
comes
Delta
back.
Bombers Stay Alive or Die Trying tour.
Hi, Megan.
Damn, sorry, I keep getting cut out. I keep losing you, and also I gotta catch a flight early in the morning, like super early. But we have to do this again, and I just want to say I really appreciate you having me on here and let me tell you guys about Hillbilly Throwdown. Hopefully see some of your faces there. And I'll be definitely coming back on here to share information on that soon.
Yes, you will.
Fuck yeah.
Regularly, all the way up to the day of the show.
Right.
Thank you for your support.
Bring some of the bands on with you while you're booking bands. Tell them, hey,
Oh, yeah,
we're going
for
to be
sure.
over
Let's
on Blow
do
Your
it.
Brains Out.
I'm sure Mongo will probably make an appearance on here. He'd love to.
That would be sweet. I play.
Dude, please bring Mongo on this show. If ever there was a match made in heaven, it's Blow Your Brains Out and Mongo. Are you kidding me?
Maybe next Wednesday. I'll talk to him.
I'm trying to find the song. I forget the name of the song, but it's Mother Love Bone. Make
Yes,
love to you all
that's
night
one of the
long.
best ones.
Fuck yeah, it is, dude. That
see?
is a
It's
classic.
all in the
rock and roll
reflexes.
tune. All right, so yeah, let's do it, Megan. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna finish up this concert calendar. Thank you for
Cheers, guys.
and cheering us
Penis
on.
be with you.
Thank you, guys. With that, I'm out. Live long and prosper.
Be sure and listen, though. We have songs coming up.
For sure.
Neon Chronicles tour, Friday, April 12th at Sundown at Granada.
Hey, it's my birthday.
Ooh, happy early birthday.
I'll be at work. Thanks.
How old are you going to be?
Old as fuck. 42, I think.
42.
I forget how to count this old. I mean, I'm still 17.
Sheila and the Kudo Cats, Saturday, March 23rd. That's this week at the Smoke Monkey Music Hall.
Oh, that's Rockwall.
Yeah, I've never heard of that place. Rockwall? I mean, I've heard of
That
Rockwall.
place is okay. The food is not super great, but it's cool.
Yeah, that's why helicopters weren't deployed.
Crowbar plus special
Crowbar.
guest Scribblies and Born in Blood. April 3rd at Granada Theater. I'm just kidding. I can't read that.
Morbid.
Morbid Visions?
Yeah, Morbid Visions. You're probably right.
Sure.
You know, I don't think this has been said enough, but Crowbar is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
That's the heavy.
Listen. Friday, April 5th. We have Secret of Wars. Downfall 2012. Paper Street Perceived. Good peeps that's Perceived. And then Communication Era at Reno's on April 5th.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it came back to me. I can't remember his last name, but that's Kirk. He's the guitar player in the band Down, also with Phil Anselmo.
Yeah. I like Down better than I do Crowbar, but that's just my taste.
Yeah. Just reminding everyone as it hit me.
Pepper Keenan's in that bit.
Vermifest, Vane. Let's go, Hef. No, this one's
Yeah.
Warhol.
And Warden.
All right, we made it to Vane.
Is this at Three Nations?
Those going to be at the studio, which is the Bomb Factory. It's on the end of that.
Oh, okay, very cool. Because
Yes.
I was
We
like,
were wondering last
Awesome.
week where the studio was, and we decided it was probably at the Bomb Factory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's called Deep Ellum Live, I think.
Yeah, the tail end. Yeah, used to what was it used to be back in the day? I can't remember now.
Tommy's.
It's on the same building basically, but it's
It used to be Tommy's. Like the Bomb Factory was Tommy's way back in the day, and I saw Mother Love Bone there with Andy Wood.
It's really nice. This place there. We played there last year. It's awesome.
Yeah,
feels like a real
Save
venue.
some dogs, you pieces of shit.
Also saw the Dogs D'Amour there. I saw Ace Frehley there. I saw a lot of shows at Tommy's.
Yeah, this is gonna be a killer show, and for a good thing for puppies, doggies.
Oh, that's right. Playing for puppies, everybody. The Verma Fest, June 15th.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so everything goes in Drowning Pool being part of this even more awesome. So man, we can't wait.
Oh, bro, put a bug
Who
in
is
there,
the
here,
singer
man.
for Drowning Pool these days?
You know what? They just
Who's what?
Yeah, they got their old guy back. What's his
Yeah,
name?
Ryan. Ryan's back again.
Yeah. Ryan.
Well, someone
that-
dropped
is that
let
the
me
soil
know 'cause
guy?
I want to play for puppies.
Yeah, the guy from Soil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just came through trees. Yeah.
Yeah, this benefits Paws in the City, which is Mark Verma's organization that he used to do on the Eagle and stuff, and find doggies homes. So unfortunately, Mark passed away, but we're still trying to keep his mission and message alive.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Well, Hef, we want to support you and your heart in every way possible. So I'm going to reach out to Drowning Pool. All I can really do is send them an email if they have email in their website or YouTube. And I can send them a Facebook message. But if you happen to, get an opportunity to put a bug in the ear, you might tell them, hey, Blow Your Brains Out wants to really promote this show. So y'all should come on.
You know what? I will do that. I have personal friends with some of the people in the band, and I will reach out and let you know.
Cool. Thank you, sir. I was actually in a Drowning Pool video a while back.
Oh yeah.
We have no problem massaging testicles.
I'll do some. Perceive is awesome band. If y'all haven't got those guys on here yet, y'all need to.
They're good people, and they're playing Wednesday, April 3rd.
Yeah, we played a show with them a while back, and we got on stage, or they got on stage. Every member was wearing a Vane T-shirt. I was like,
yeah, I don't know how it fell through. I was in touch with them on a pretty regular basis there for a minute, and they were saying, "Oh yeah, we got to do it. We'll get back to you," and it just never came to fruition. So maybe I need to reach out again.
Worth giving one more chance. Promise you.
They're playing with Empires, who we just played with this last show, and they're pretty great.
Well, that's pretty cool. Notice it's at the Revel, also in Frisco. They normally don't have a lot of original metal. It's usually cover bands there.
Yeah, I think that's something new they're starting is like a metal rock night on Wednesday.
Kick ass.
Well, I might
Way
go
to
check
go,
that out.
Revel. Way to go, Revel, up there in Frisco where all the money's at.
Love Sick Drug coming back around. This is for Sydney's birthday, April 7th at Altum Theater. There's going to be a Prince cover band. Intemperate
Our
Sons are
friends
playing.
in the Intemperate Sons coming on.
Yeah. What else we got?
Just a second. I was over here uploading a couple more flyers since we.
Oh, we got the terrifying lows, the dizzying highs, the creamy middles.
It's Iron Jaw. This is a Dallas, the studio show right here. So
And
Creeper,
First with Creeper,
Low Gear, Iron Jaw, Life of Scars. That's Wayne Abney's band. He's the former bass player singer of Hammer Witch. And Pass the Ammunition. Saturday, June 1st.
Brian's 50th birthday celebration.
I love it.
I love it. This Friday, March 22nd, we're going to have a whole bunch of badass bands. This is Trey Lewis in Terrell, Texas this weekend at Silver Saloon.
I love it.
Friday, March 29th, another Silver Saloon lineup. Brady Hoyt, Zach Welch, and Braden Stewart.
I love it.
Offended by Everything. Playing
by everything.
At, let's see, where did I put it?
Trees.
At Trees on April 5th. The Dawn.
Hey, here's our buddy Eddie Lee right here. Mondo's, Bizarros, and Iron Mang at Hulk Up Theater. April 27th. Go ahead, Ariel.
Flicker Stick, April 13th at Trees with special guests, Gentlemen, Rogues, Ottoman, Turks. Saturday, 420. We've announced the show many times, and you should go out. Iron Man is playing with a bunch of great people at Diamond Gems.
And you might get to rub shoulders with actor Van Quattro, supporter of Blow Your Brains Out.
Another April 5th show, Tacos and Iron Man. Couldn't miss out. I like tacos. Where's
Bring the kids and ear protection.
Yes. Always ear protection. March 16th has passed, right? I don't care. Back to Warhog. Woo woo.
The mighty Warhog. Blow your brains out, everybody. May 11th. You're going to be hearing about it every week here.
Flotsam and Jetsam.
Hell yeah.
I can't get over it with Iron Jaw. This is going to be a great show at the Holton.
It will be.
Will be.
All right, there's Renee of Hedonistic Punk Vatos. And let's see, there's a couple of here that I need to catch up on. These are the ones that you sent me, Ariel.
Yes, these are all later. They always pass by me, so I send them when I can.
Sure.
This one's May 13th at Holton Theater.
Okay, for those that don't know, Hunt the Dinosaur is fucking incredible. If nothing else, go to that show for Hunt the Dinosaur.
Hunt the Dinosaur. Are they local?
They are. They're from Dallas. They meld death metal and rap in a way that is fucking incredible. It's really amazing to see what they do with metal and rap. If you're a fan of Mike Patton, you will like this band.
I remember you telling me about them before, so there it is. And here's that flyer you were asking for, Ariel.
Yeah. This is another one. Let's play the game. Name that metal band.
Maybe next week.
I just wanted to throw out there the Intemperate Sons. They are releasing their new song Control on Friday at 12, and they just played it on Reckless Rock Radio this past Sunday.
Hey, I sent Mark a invitation to join us for the concert calendar, so I'm gonna. He's like a. Do y'all follow Mark on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a marketing entertainment genius. I've been. It took me a minute to figure it out when we interviewed the Interpret Sons. He was like, "Hey, Rick, it's good to see you again." I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" It was one of those moments. But no, I've been following this guy for a long time. He's a true entertainer. He's a bass player for the Interpret Sons.
Yeah. I think the only other main flyer that's this week is going to be, or next week, there's a Here For Now calendar show with Beyond Destiny. I wanted to plug.
Yep, for sure. I want to plug everything Here For Now.
There it is.
That was it. Good.
Good.
There it is. Asswater Jones and the Hemorrhoids.
There you have it. Here For Now coming up with Beyond Destiny and Asswater Jones and the Hemorrhoids. Right behind you, One Last Remedy, Sunday, March 24th at Haltom.
So that's Blow Your Brains Out, very own Here For Now. Everybody get out and support. All right, I'm done. I hope y'all have a great week and a good night.
Our crowds love you.
You too, man, for sure. Hope to see y'all
Thank
Friday.
you for being here, man. It really means everything in the world to me for y'all being here. You too, Metal Mike. Everybody.
No,
Megan.
I try when I can.
With you all.
My schedule lets me. I jump in,
Yeah. What do y'all want to hear first?
Yeah, I want to hear the song you did.
Oh.
Yeah, let's hear that.
There we go.
Heavy.
Nice bass line.
Love, elusive. Funny how it seems the chase is better than the cash I had her in my grasp, set her free to see if she would come back to me.
It's like a Doors vibe.
Love, come back to me. Love, come back to me. In the night we hear the cries with the new day love draws nigh. Free, truly free. Songbird sings cherry cherry, melody playing my heartstrings. Lord, come back to me. Free, truly free. Love, come back, oh, won't you come back? Love, come back to me. Free, truly free. Come on back to me. Yeah, free, truly free.
That could be on the Big Lebowski soundtrack.
That's the idea, man. That's the shot at the big time right there.
Sounds sick.
I'm very proud of that one.
You say all the ones are like that one they have that don't have vocals?
No, that's a special song for me.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Dave? You answer that question.
I definitely have put more effort into Ricky's track than I have put into other tracks that have featured guest vocals. Like, I have a personal affliction towards this song because it reminds me a lot of the post the post Jim Morrison's death music by the Doors. It reminds me a lot of that, where I don't know if you've ever heard the song Orange County Suite, which they did like 30 years after Jim Morrison died, and they just added Jim Morrison's vocals to a Doors track, but it somehow ended up being the best fucking Doors track that they ever released. This reminds me a lot of that. Ricky, Ricky is not known to croon, and the fact that he fucking knocked it out of the park is fucking amazing. And so I played it for Hank, and Hank was like, "Holy fucking shit, this is Ricky! Holy shit, dude, this is fucking amazing." So I was like, okay, I know that I'm onto something because Hank hates music. So the fact that he would actually show love for a local recording means that I'm on to something. So nice. Ricky, you did good, man. You did real good.
Well, thank you. I'm just appreciative to you for doing it. I know it's a lot of work, and man, I don't even know how to thank you enough. So thank you. It was fun, and hopefully people will appreciate it and sell a lot of copies.
Oh, I'm quite certain that they will. Now, I was just wondering, are you happy with the recording? Because if you are, I will release it. If you're not, please let me know. I will definitely make adjustments.
I mean, I'll listen to it more, but I mean, no, I've only, that's the second time that I heard it. Did you change anything other than the horns? What else was changed?
I added some echo and reverb to your vocals and brought you down in the mix. And I also added some low violin strings to accentuate some of certain notes throughout the song. And then I just kind of tightened up some of the drum hits and some of the hi-hat hits. But overall, it's pretty close to what you laid down. It was just a little bit of fine tuning.
Yeah, well, I love it. You know, for what it is what it is, and I fucking love it. And I'll stand behind it. I'll do anything I possibly can to help promote it. You know, including contact managers and see if anybody's interested in doing something with it.
But are you happy with the result, or like? Be totally honest. If you feel like something could be altered, or if there's something that I'm not hearing that you're hearing, please let me know. I want this to be a wonderful representation of not only me but also you.
Okay, it reminds me a little bit of Luke Wade's first record, just a little bit, just in the idea of the sexiness of it. Okay. The first Luke Wade records is Fort Worth artist. It's called Bird on a Wire. And it's just by the middle of that record, you're making love to the person you're with, And so to me, it does that. I mean, that was my kind of vision and goal, was to have something that really, moved people in a romantic way. And yeah, I think it's awesome. I hope that a lot of people get to hear it and experience and dance with their lover.
Is the song you play in the car on the way home from the date?
No, I would like to dance to that
with
song.
This track is the random fucking sprinkles of piano. That's other than that, I'm totally happy with this the strings and the horns and the percussion. Everything is fine with that. Other than that, they're like random, weird, off notes on the piano, which I felt gave it kind of a Tom Waits feel. But if you would like a more succinct, like what is it, Charles Mingus kind of feel with the piano, I can go back and fuck with that. It's no problem. But if you're happy with the off keys, I'm totally fine with the recording. You just let me know.
No, I particularly
I'm trying to showcase you as well as me on this one.
Well, I particularly like that from the beginning, that it adds kind of a suspense feel to it. To me, it's almost kind of literally suspending. And so I like that. All I was really saying is there's a bartender at Sam's Grill and Bar, and I'm going to ask her if I can dance with her to that song, and then I'll get to have a full experience once she melts in my arms.
Nice, man. Oh, yeah.
Sound good? Yeah, that's what I was getting
Absolutely.
at is to me, I think, it's the kind of song that is begging to be experienced. And the experience is between lovers.
Oh yeah. This is definitely one of those make love to somebody you deeply care about type of songs.
Yeah, and you can do it on the dance floor. I mean, I like music a little harder when I'm in the bed, but on the dance floor, that's where that song belongs to me. All right, so Eddie,
you're totally cool with how it sounds. You want me to release it as is, or do you want me to fuck with it?
No, I want to release it. Yeah.
Okay,
I think
cool. I'll make it happen. What date is a good date for you? What date would you like me to release this on? It has to be sometime in April.
Oh well, fuck! I'm a fool. I'm a fool for your love.
Is there a particular date in April that you would prefer that this track would be released on?
April Fool's Day.
April Fool's Day. He's a fool. I caught it.
I caught it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a particular April date, you know. I know originally in my mind, you know, we had talked about maybe it being a Valentine's Day release just because it's a romantic song. But, you know, I'm 100% happy, and I don't know of any particular day in April. Dave Jarvis, what do you think?
Okay. Well, I was thinking probably the first or second weekend in April. So
Okay.
sometime in between right now and when my next album comes out, which is May 11th. So I'm thinking at the latest April 11th.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, bro, because we can be talking about it for a couple of months, and including when we're premiering your new record and everything in movies. So great plan.
Wonderful.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I will make it happen, sir.
And I'll do what I can too. If you have any suggestions of people I can send it to, people I can call on the phone, you know, anything I can do to promote it, and I'll be thinking along those lines as well.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep it the way that it is, and I'm going to release it the way that it is. And if there's any issues, let me know. I will try to change it as quickly as I can. But okay, so you and I will go with April 14th. Sound like a good date?
Sounds great. I'm going to put it in the chats. April 14th. You know what's really cool about that is that bartender up at Sam's, her name is April.
Wonderful. Oh yeah. Well, I will make that happen tomorrow, sir.
Thank you, bro. Thank you for everything. I mean, I really like it.
Sounded good,
you
bud.
know.
Sounded good.
Thank you, bro. And we can juxtapose it with the dope track, and we can have a whole fucking blow your brains out soundtrack going on.
That's true. That's true. So what Dave Jarvis X610 chill should we put with it?
The track is called Truly Free. So it's existential featuring Ricky Warden. The song is called Truly Free. You have the MP3, so you have the track that will be released. So if you want to play it right now, or if you want to play it every week up until then, you are more than welcome to it. Because unless you give me a different signal,
no, bro, we're good. I fucking love it.
That will be the track that gets released.
Arkansas just got here. Arkansas, did you hear the song we just played? Would you like to hear it again? No, I love it, Dave Jarvis.
Song.
Let's roll it out, man, and have a good time with it.
It's a beautiful, wonderful song. Like even Hank, who hates all music, loves this song. So I feel like you and I are onto something.
Thank you. You know, I'd like to do more. I sure would. I don't know what else to say. You know, I'd like to be able to perform it. Right?
There you go. That's always the goal, right?
Yeah, I'm a performer at heart. You know, if I had the option, could I record records for the rest of my life or perform and not record? You know, just perform, I'd perform. Hey, Johnny TV, did you hear the song? What'd you think?
Song, I think it was nice, dude. It was really nice, mellow. Something I can dig it.
There you go. Nice and mellow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe it's designed for the dance floor with your lover, man. Yeah,
honestly, it reminds me of like the early.
Only if lovers can be real.
Tom Waits.
Only lovers can be real.
It reminds me of like the late season stuff from the Doors. That's what it reminds me of. And so, Tom Waits and the Doors.
I can't remember that song.
Elements that I completely live.
Cunt face.
I can't remember that song, David Jarvis. I'm sure I've heard Orange County Suite before, but I've already pulled it up on YouTube, and I'm going to listen to it as soon as the show is over. And Johnny, lovers do exist as long as you can imagine them to be.
Yeah.
Speaking of love, I love you guys.
On what planet? On what planet? On what planet is that, Ricky?
Well, I mentioned earlier that there's a band called a performer here in Fort Worth named Luke Wade, and his first record is called Bird on a Wire. And whoever is in your arms at the time will be your lover if you're on the dance floor listening to that, especially if they're performing it live.
Yeah.
So that planet. All right. Speaking of lovers, the one that I love it. Let's listen to some Against All Odds and get out of here and have a good sleep tonight.
Hell yeah. We're gonna jam it out. Cheers, y'all.
All right, Mike.
I'll see you soon, Johnny. Don't worry. All
right, brother. I'm not worried.
All right, bye. Bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave.
And thank you, Dave.
Drifting to sleep and just fade away. No one will know where you will go, your safest space. 'Cause hiding behind your cute little smile, the darkness it grows with each passing hour. Can't turn back the dial. I'm feeling so cold, not to the touch, falling so fast. Please don't you dare the grudge. 'Cause this fake little smile, too much for me to control. Oh, I've lost all
All right, that's it. Cold by the band Against All Odds. Blow your brains out. Very own Ariel right there. I love it. And I'm going to go ahead and play some X610 Chill, the song Dogmata coming right up. I don't play this very often, and it's something that I really thoroughly enjoy. So give me just a second. I'm pulling up the video here so I can have the video accompany the song. Here we go. This is X610 Chill. The song is Dogmata. Where is it here? It's right there. Don't you just love that? It's a beautiful song. That cinematography is fucking amazing. It wasn't exactly cute. As you can see, the video is still going and the song is over, but it feels so good listening to that song and watching this video. I believe that video is made by Mike Lambert. I'm not sure, but Mike Lambert is the movie video production fella that David Jarvis works with. They both are brilliant people with brilliant minds. And like, that's why I couldn't answer the question earlier that Metal Mike, the rapper, asked. You know, David Jarvis definitely is a brilliant person with a brilliant mind. And one of the quickest ways to recognize his brilliance is to listen to what he does with X610 Chill. Really, I encourage everyone to get every one of the DANK records. They're fucking phenomenal. They're original music. And when I say original, nobody else is doing what DANK does. If they are or have, I don't know about them. So there's not a whole lot of people doing what DANK does. That's for damn sure. So the DANK records show David Jarvis's brilliance. But since X610 Chill is all David Jarvis, I mean, bro, come on, go check out some X610 Chill. That Dogmata, that's just one song of many. And then, hey, Johnny, remember the movie that Dave Jarvis made?
Yeah.
Escape the Dream System.
Yeah.
That was fucking brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really fucking cool. I loved it.
Well, so with that, tonight he reminded us again that, and I need to get a graphic together for it, or he does, so that we can share it every week. In May the 11th or May the 14th, right in there, there's going to be a new X610 Chill movie collaboration with Mike Lambert again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, bro. So that's just a month away. Yeah, we're already through. Is it past the what's today's date? March the 20th. Hey, did you get your AdSense money or YouTube money?
Nope.
Do you think it'll happen today or tomorrow?
I don't know, bro. That's one question. That's one question I have to ask myself.
Well,
or ask somebody.
That's why. Or ask somebody.
Or ask somebody. I don't know because they took. I don't know because they took my monetization away. They did this much. They took my money, my privileges away from me. So I don't know if they're still going to pay me for what I did the month before.
Well, maybe you already have that answer because don't you normally get paid by the 20th?
I get paid on the 21st.
On the 21st. Okay, so then you'll have your answer tomorrow or the next day. So I guess tomorrow is payday for us.
Yeah.
I'll make all of $150 or something this month.
I'm making probably about 248.
Those fuckers better pay you, goddamn. Yeah, so thank you to everyone. Thank you to Haley Ryan, especially. She's definitely, you, Haley, are definitely one of our only supporters. You are our biggest supporter. So thank you.
I'm a supporter too, asshole.
Dude, you're a major supporter, motherfucker. Thank you, Johnny TV. Now that I have my CASHAPP card, I'll be able to show a little favor back over there and try to get you some CASHAPP choo-choo trains going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay, bro. I'm just a little upset right now. That's all.
Okay. Well, you want to hear some good upset music?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. This is another song by Dave Jarvis. If I have it, man, I hope I didn't take. Here it is. Check this out, dude. This will get you there.
These graphics on here look fucking phenomenal.
Stay too long. I wanna feel when my loved one's time has come. sign. I try to separate my body from my mind. The clock as the second hand slowly goes strolling by. I wanna feel when I run, it'll be just as strong. I've been waiting for some kind of a sign. I try to separate my body from my mind. Cold feelings in the night. You know this feeling just ain't right. Separate my body from my mind. Cold feelings in the night. You know this feeling just ain't right.
Johnny TV, that's about as moody as it gets right there, and that is David Jarvis.
That's perfect, brother. Thank you.
You're very welcome, man. That's David Jarvis playing that acoustic guitar and singing. I'm pretty sure that's a cover song, though, and I'm not positive, but I think it is, and that's something that he just doesn't do very often. Okay, I'm going to play one more song after this. I wanted to share our schedule before we end the show, though. Next week, join us for a very special guest, Holly West. Hey, we've got a California girl on next week, Johnny TV.
All right.
Yeah, she's, I don't know where she's from originally, but she definitely was here in Dallas for years. and we became good friends. I consider Holly West to be a friend. When she was here in Dallas, she actually went by Holly Wood. And bro, check this out. This is a really amazing story because she just fucking packed her bags and moved out to LA. Right? Well, she joined this band, Dead Grove Band, or formed the band. And then she's also playing in this all-girl Led Zeppelin band called Zepparella. So Holly West is her name. There's her picture right there. What do you think of that, Johnny TV?
All right.
All right, everybody. That's next week. Join us for some Holly West. I'm excited about that. And if you want to see the schedule, just go to the Blow Your Brains Out page. The schedule is at the top. All right. Do you remember